Hello, I'm Dan McDowell, longtime professional broadcaster. Why subscribe to our Patreon podcast? Well, perhaps you support our struggle to get out from under the oppressive thumb of the man. Or, objectively, if you sign up at patreon.com/thedumbzone, you'll get the 2 episodes per week that are available on all podcast platforms, like this one, plus an additional 2 episodes each week that are exclusive to Patreon. So subscribing on Patreon gets you 4 episodes per week. Oh my, what a bargain. Now, on to today's program.
The Dumb Zone. You folks see that flashing sign up there? Now that sign says applesauce. No. I'm kidding. It says applause. Ray, do me a favor. Could you flick that once? All right. Now, remember, you're all a big part of the show, so the better you are, the better Larry is. Okay, now you see this gentleman? Now he's giving me this sign, and it says, we're on in 10 seconds, so get ready to have a good time. All right, here we go. This is exciting, isn't it?
In 5, 4, 3, 2.
All right. I never listen, I'm gonna listen. I wanna listen to the Dumb Zone.
Moment of silence for Gary Brown.
I'm gonna listen.
Gary Brown, the running back coach?
Yeah.
It was his birthday just the other day?
Yeah, he's been dead for 2 years. So,
Got a little weird connection here, Blake. Wasn't like that 2 seconds ago, was it?
Can I blame your new computer?
Maybe.
he's dead.
All right, sorry about that.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm going to have to go update that. The Cowboy family has lost a great man and did a lot for his country. I'm Dan McDowell.
I'm Jay Kemp.
I'm Blake Jones.
And this is the Dumb Zone. The song would indicate. Been a long time since I've seen you guys. Great to see you.
You too, man.
We haven't done a program in a while. Today we broadcast live to tape from high atop my garage on Monday, July 8th. Had an extended July 4th weekend. This is show number 196 of The New Way. That's really all I got.
Okay.
We also have a 690 sit-in. We have 2 people here today. Let me read the email I got. I got this email back in May.
That was a long time ago.
We're booked, man.
Dan! Exclamation point.
Mm-hmm.
That caught my...
Yeah, sure.
Comma, I might have just deleted this thing, but this was an exclamation point. Please let me know the scoop on what to do, how to arrange getting you guys the 690 for me and my husband to come to the den in May for his 50th birthday.
Wow.
Was this sent in May?
May or April.
Okay, so you went ahead of time.
Yes.
And this is the first time we could slide you in? Or
Well,
Blake?
we initially, I think, scheduled for May, and then we had some stupid kid event come up, so we had to reschedule.
You have a stupid kid.
We have a couple stupid kids.
Yeah. The last time I emailed you was probably 4 years ago. I was the ticket's favorite lesbian.
I was going to say, I have some questions here.
Wait a second. Huh. What?
So you might be a bit confused by the term, my husband.
Yeah.
Also, you said I was hot on the air.
Damn sure did.
We shall discuss in the den. We want to support you guys. Can't think of a better way to do it selfishly by getting on the show while we throw money at your court cost. Ty Webb 3000 on Twitter.
Go.
She actually wrote X, but I still say Twitter. I
Formally.
believe they've smoked cigarettes together at some point before. Big shocker.
That's true.
from Kara.
That's me. Shasta Tamp.
Do you want the last name thrown in there or no? Just Kara?
Kara's good.
Kara, the lesbian who has a
husband.
a male husband.
It's a totally normal thing.
Although he may have transitioned to this.
Maybe he's the lesbian.
That's for the fan to decide.
Okay.
I know her as a lesbian, so I don't.
Same.
I'm confused as to what exactly is happening here, but I love it. I love it.
I believe I do know I've interacted with you. Maybe it was like behind the Bomb Factor, somewhere like that. Like it was like I just saw you out smoking cigarettes.
Me?
No?
Smoking cigarettes?
Am I wrong?
That's not me.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I might have been smoking something, but it wasn't cigarettes.
Okay. Anyway.
Meth, probably.
No.
So you
What?
you used to be known as the hot lesbian or just a lesbian.
Mm-hmm.
And
Probably takes you from like a 9 to a 7, though, right?
If she's no longer a lesbian,
Let's be honest.
Was she lesbian hot or was she just
Let's be honest.
hot out in the world?
It doesn't hurt.
Wait, so I was a 9 as a lesbian, and now
I mean, I'm just saying.
a 7.
I mean,
That's his opinion.
You all know what I'm saying, and
Yeah.
nobody's disagreeing with me, including the subject.
What about husband Ty?
That's a good-looking man right there.
Yeah, no, but
I've said
I mean,
that many times.
Was she a little hotter before she decided to give it up to you?
I'm going to save that for the end of the show.
Why'd you
Dan,
go
but
off and
I'm
get married?
But what I'm going to say is that
What a waste of time.
What the hell, dude?
I get this question a lot about how could you have flipped her? And I really think it comes down to one of two options, and you guys can decide. Either I'm so incredibly manly that she just couldn't help herself,
Yeah.
Yes.
or I'm so close to a female, it
Yes.
felt right.
Right.
Either way, I'm good with it.
Familiarity. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. Missed you at Grady the other night, Dan.
Grady Spencer?
What a guy.
Yeah.
He gave us a shout-out
He did.
to the confused.
Is this officially the weekend check?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so
That
was
was
that
a big weekend.
Okay, yeah. 5 days we have to cover, right?
Yeah. That was Wednesday nights.
Okay. So you guys both went?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's our normal July 4th fireworks spot anyway.
Hearst.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that's where my wife's family is from, and she's the one that cares about fireworks. So that's where we went, and yeah, saw Grady. Said in the middle of a new dress. You may have heard this on the international comedy podcast, The Dumb Zone.
Okay, nice.
And it was met with a very, very tepid response.
Like a tumbleweed came flying
Other
through.
than brother of Wired Will.
Okay.
He
Yeah.
responded. That was about it, though.
But in my section, no one really looked up
No.
or seemed to care.
No. It was cool, though.
Yeah,
Good
it was
time.
cool seeing him.
And that's
Played
where you
for a
guys
long time.
Did your firework bit?
No, I went to a friend of mine's house who lives very close to where North Richland Hills does their fireworks. And last year they had big drone show. But apparently the guy who is big drone show firework guy is from North Richland Hills and has priced himself out. Like he was on America's Got Talent with his team.
So they're back to the basic fireworks?
Yeah, like I guess this guy goes to Vegas or New York or LA or Miami or something, and now we just have.
Let's price ourselves out.
We're trying.
Like you don't want
Seems cool.
Kara and Ty in here?
I love Kara and Ty.
What are you saying?
Thank you.
I don't know. Maybe if we found some people that would pay $6,900.
Okay.
Well, this guy's out. He's no longer repping his hometown,
Yeah.
so we were just back to regular fireworks.
Which are fine.
This is fun.
Yeah, what did I do for fireworks night? I didn't do anything.
The third or fourth?
Nah. I did find out on the 4th, it's a great time to go shopping at Central Market. Nobody's there.
Huh.
Yep.
4th
Surprised they're
evening,
open, but
people are barbecuing or doing whatever, cooking out, and that's where I can buy some fish and broccoli to my heart's content. It's great.
yeah.
Kind of zip right around there. Let's see. I'll just tell you guys. You guys probably have better stories than me. So I set up our Airbnb in California. We're officially going.
Nice.
Or at least we have to pay half of it if we decide not to go.
Or at least on the hook.
Yeah, we're on the hook for that, but it looks like a nice location. I don't know if you guys looked at the
Of course I did.
the link that I sent.
I've already looked at multiple menus.
For California already?
Of course.
Okay. Have you looked at the route and do we want to stop in Albuquerque?
Of course.
Our guy Matt emailed us a lengthy email. He's already planning on planning the trip. The guy who's going to drive us
He made a PowerPoint.
made a PowerPoint. I think Albuquerque looks like the place to stop, but who knows?
Mm-hmm.
We might go nuts.
Did you buy your plane ticket yet?
There could be some on hold.
Shut up.
He's not coming.
You're
on
flying
the
back.
I'm not flying back.
Yes, you are. Are you driving back with us?
No.
Okay, so you're flying somewhere and then you're flying home? You're flying back is the point. We're going to be down one man.
You'll have more space.
How will we even make it home
You know, that's going to be his way out.
without Jake's positivity?
Look, we're going to be down one man on the way home. Let's not overload the RV. Why don't I just meet you guys out there?
We'll see. Went to the barber shop, got the head shave.
Uh-oh.
And
You need to be very careful here.
I just want to say this. It's interesting. You would think if you're a guy who gets his head shaved, if you're a bald, which I am, and nobody here relates to that, but plenty of people listening do. 4 different ladies have shaved my head now, and there is actually a distinct difference in each performance.
Yeah.
And the one I got from Dora this weekend was unbelievable.
I know.
It was so good. She's an artist. Now, had to start 20 minutes late because she was so busy making sure the guy's hair that she was cutting was absolutely perfect.
I know.
I feel like it's like Picasso painting or Mozart painting, I should say.
Right. Music.
Yeah. But barbershop topics. Now, first of all, Dora doesn't talk, so she's great.
Not a word.
That's a plus.
She doesn't say anything until the very end.
Not a word.
Barbershop topics included the Paris Olympics and how they spent $1 billion to clean up that river, the Seine.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of that? That's where I stayed, I think, right on the Seine.
Yeah, I know. It goes through downtown. Yeah.
And apparently it was just very polluted, and it hasn't been cleaned up for centuries. And they spent $1 billion just to clean the Seine so they can have. And I saw something on the news about this as well, where, the people of France are like, $1 billion to clean this up. Is that going to be worth it? Is it even going to be clean in the end? Is it going to be safe? And Macron, is that the guy?
Macron.
The guy who's in charge of France, and then
Married his teacher.
The mayor of Paris as well both said they would take a swim in the Seine to prove that it was clean.
Okay.
Well, the mayor has since Macron didn't put a date on it. He just kind of said he would and hopes everybody forgets about it. The mayor put a date, and she has since moved it twice, and now it's moved ahead to next week. So I'm going to be following this story to see if the mayor of Paris actually ever swims before, today's Greg Louganis goes in there and gets a parasite in his ear or whatever the hell they're worried about.
So what portion of this did you learn about at the shop? Just the cleanup, or did you learn about the
just that they're talking Paris Olympics and it cost $1 billion. That's
Okay.
all. I didn't learn any of that other stuff. I saw it. But then the other big topic was shark attacks at Corpus Christi, and the consensus is that the hurricane is pushing the sharks closer to us. The ladies are all discussing this with some of their patrons as well, and they've decided that is that's their scientific that's their thesis right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know that they're wrong.
Is that how it works?
I
If
don't
there's a
know.
big hurricane, all the sharks start swimming closer to land?
I know that the thing that we've been talking about is that because they do like these shark tours, right? That they chum water and that the sharks start to associate humans with food. In the past, they have not, right? So, like, they think boat food,
Okay.
people food, when they have not thought that before. But, it's funny because I was making fun of my mom when we were down there at the beach this weekend, and we were talking about like Kristen's half sister's driving up from New Orleans because she's gonna fly out there and go to Disneyland with us. And she's like, "Oh, that's a long way to drive, for a 20-year-old girl by herself. I've just seen so many shows. Danger."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "Yeah, well, I mean, don't you think that's a little bit overstated? Like, that's the problem, is that you are seeing these depictions of this." At the same time, I saw 4 shark attacks in one day in Galveston, the day we got to the beach, and I was like, I'm not getting in the water.
There was 4 shark attacks there?
In one day, dude. Not in Galveston, but in South Padre. So you're still in the Gulf. They said it was 1 shark. 4 people in like 5 hours. And one of the lady's legs was not all that attached anymore as they were pulling her out of the water. So I'm making fun of my mom because she's like, overstating the media
right. But
perception of something. But then, I'm looking at the ocean and I'm looking at a video of a shark and I'm like, I'm not getting it. I'm just not going to do that today.
Yeah, that's probably the way to go.
I don't know, man. It feels like it's happening more. Trump be damned. Last shark attacks.
Went to the Lawrence Rosales comedy show Saturday night.
Nice.
Our guy who was in here last week. Good dude. He was at TK's Comedy Club, which is a really weird little venue.
It looks nice.
Very strange.
Yeah.
I did not know what I was walking into.
It almost felt like I was driving by. We were driving up to it, and I thought, am I in the wrong place? Is
Right.
this like an apartment complex? Or no. That's, It's like a high-end eatery / bar / I don't know. He's
Business
like,
jeans?
I went with business shorts.
Did they let you in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no. I mean, there was people dressed way under me.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I went with my wife, my daughter, and her friend.
Oh, cool.
And my daughter and her friend, as we were driving around, because we were looking for a place to eat around there. We ended up eating at Flower Child. Don't know if you've ever heard of that.
I've not.
But apparently there's like 4 or 5 of them in Dallas.
Looks like the lesbian has.
That's right.
Former. Once, always?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You ever think about ladies while you're with Ty?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Oh, you were talking to her.
He's thinking of other ladies. Anyway, it was just interesting because these are 2, 20-year-old girls. So they go to college. But they're into some TV shows that each other shares an affinity for. And we drove by this one place, and the daughter's friend says, "Oh, that's funny. That's called Twin Peaks." So they love Twin Peaks.
Okay.
And she didn't know what it was. But my daughter says, "Yeah, they're in the back seat. I'm just eavesdropping." She's like, "Yeah, it's like Hooters." And then they're like, "Oh, that's really funny, really." But it was just interesting to me. I guess when your daughter learns about
restaurants,
and I suppose you're going to have to deal with this, but as your daughter is 4 and precious and all that, and then you're thinking, I don't want her to learn about that at all. And then, then you're like, I don't want her to work there, but maybe, if she's happy, then she's happy.
Yeah.
And then my final note from the weekend, I was at Central Market, as I told you.
Okay.
Great time to shop is July 4th, like at
Eve.
5 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I see a guy at Central Market stocking the fruit as I'm over there in the, that's why I go there. The fruit, the produce, the fish, top notch. We go to Kroger for everything else, or Tom Thumb. He looked exactly like Stephen Jones.
Okay.
And I got to thinking, if he was born, same person, the way his mind is and every IQ, if he was born as Jerry's son, would he have would he run the Cowboys someday? Is it all just a matter of circumstance? Like, if Stephen Jones was not born as Jerry's son, but he was born as the guy, this guy may have been poor or something. I don't know, whatever.
Okay.
Regular dude. Would Stephen Jones today, like, does his skill set actually, would he be stocking Central Market on July 4th?
Doesn't he have a legit degree in engineering or something?
I mean,
Jerry
how
always talks
legit
about
can
that.
it be?
Well,
You know? I mean, you got into school. I mean, he went to Arkansas, right?
I don't know.
So you're probably a legacy admission. So to an extent, I don't know how.
I mean, it's tough to get into Arkansas.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know that the fact that they look similar would have
That triggered that in my head.
would
I
have
just
triggered
got
that
thinking,
for me or not. But
what if Stephen Jones was just born to this guy's parents with his same IQ, same everything?
stocking shelves at 60 seems like it would suck. There were a couple people that worked at Albertsons with me.
You don't
that
feel
were-
great about that.
That were old, and I remember thinking, like, man, not good.
unless they retired early and they just want something to do.
Yeah, but if you retire early, I feel like you want to do nothing. Like when I see like a 70-year-old lady checking me out at Tom Thumb, scanning the groceries, not like trying to hook up, that makes me sad. That makes me sad.
I don't know. I've always thought that I would do something late in life just to keep active.
Really?
Yeah, I would love to stock
Golf.
groceries. No, because that just pisses you off. There's something therapeutic about restock, at least for me, and I think you too, right?
Man,
Yeah,
Just
dishwasher.
Being
but there's a
organ-
day where I want to do nothing.
being organized. Well, you don't have to do it every day.
Yeah,
just a
that's true.
part-time job. I've always thought about doing that.
So my only other weekend note is I went to the Houston Aquarium on the way to Galveston or Surfside. You ever seen it?
No.
So when you drive by, either of you two, Ty?
No.
Okay, so when you drive down on 45, the freeway goes past the aquarium, and the freeway is like level to, I would say, the middle height of the aquarium. So the parking lot is underneath 45. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're driving past it, so it's sort of iconic. Like I've seen it a million times. It's a scam. It's a scam because of this. It's an amusement park. So you pay $16 to get into the aquarium, and then they have like 5 other things that you can pay $5 to $10 more for to add on. The aquarium itself, an hour tops. Smaller than the Grapevine Mills Aquarium. Definitely smaller than the Dallas Aquarium. But then you can pay for rides, you can pay for the shark feature, you can pay for the...
So once they suck you in,
Yes.
your kid is there with you, and I have to go on a ride
And
now.
it's 105 degrees. So everything else is outside. The actual aquarium portion of it sucks. We were done in 50 minutes.
So,
And then, so all the rides and everything are outside, obviously.
Yes, and cost more. And I was like, I'm not doing that.
so it's kind of like
We're leaving.
flying Spirit.
So you
Exactly,
didn't-
yeah. No,
you
we
didn't do it?
No.
And did this cause...
No, I mean, actually, it was fortunate because my son, an hour is about all he can handle.
Mm-hmm.
So it worked out, but you know, everyone has told me about this Houston Aquarium experience. Like, oh, you got to go, you got to go, you got to go. They have all this cool stuff. They don't. It's like 5 different things that you have to pay for individually, and the aquarium sucks.
Yeah, that checks out for Houston.
Yeah. It sucks.
That's not your only story. You said it took you a while to drive back.
So,
Like you got back last night.
yeah, it took us, we stopped for 30 minutes to eat lunch and 10 minutes to go to the bathroom and get gas, and the overall drive was 7 hours and 50 minutes.
Why? Hurricane?
Yeah, so,
Are people getting out of...
yeah.
Has Ted Cruz flown anywhere? Is that the...
I don't know if he's in Cancun yet or not, but yesterday morning, it started to hit a little bit. You know, you could see the clouds, you could feel the wind, you could feel the pressure. And I would say for 75% of the drive, we drove 35 miles an hour.
Damn.
And
That's frustrating.
And I could
Yeah,
not
man.
see 2 cars in front of me. Like that level of torrential downpour.
Yeah.
And the kid is screaming, I would say, for 5 hours of that.
No iPad?
Nah, I mean...
He's not really that type, is he?
No, and I mean, we didn't have one. My parents drove my daughter home, and she stayed over there last night. They left a little bit later, but Yeah, no, I mean, it was fucking brutal, dude.
That sucks. That's stressful.
Yeah. I mean, you can't see.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's you're driving school zone miles per hour on 45 for 4.5, 5 hours.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Yeah, when I drove up to the mountains in Denver and we had to drive through that blizzard, I mean, it takes it out of you because you were just white-knuckled
Yes.
and you're intensely focused for hours.
Yeah.
And so afterwards, you're just drained.
And you're in silence. Like, you want to listen to something funny.
Nobody can talk to you.
You can't. Car's telling you to keep your hands on the steering wheel. I'm like, I am.
Yeah.
I'm doing it. Yeah, it was horrible, dude.
What if you asked her for a Hange on the way? Would she have obliged? Honey, I'm really stressed out here. And you're recording.
Why would I be recording?
I don't know, just for us. For your friends. You got to think of your friends while you're getting a Hange. I try to.
Yeah, I don't. Next time maybe I'll ask. Yeah, maybe next time.
When's the last Hange?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Feels
answer
like
that question.
I feel like that's a thing of the past, but maybe not for everybody.
I'm not doing this.
Come on.
What do you mean? Come on.
People want to know.
Why don't you make them answer?
He used to tell us about what he did with his girlfriends and stuff.
Oh my God! That's all.
Yeah, that's
in
all
just
I would
bragging
yeah.
every Monday morning.
Yep.
Bro.
I had it from behind.
Ate some pussy.
Whoa. Yeah, man.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, it sucked, but it was actually one other thing. So I'm not like fireworks guy. I don't really know how they work. Like I have like Roman candles and black cats. That's like the extent of mine. But now apparently you just like buy a box. Mm-hmm. You familiar with this, Ty?
No.
You're a country guy.
I am a country guy, but I've never been firework guy.
Like you just buy a box and you just light the fuse, and I guess like all of the fuses are tied together so that they just like sync one to the other. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Cool.
So on Thursday night, July 4th, my stepdad went down there to the beach. My parents' house.
The
is
beach is a good place for fireworks.
Yeah, for sure. And Galveston had theirs going on pretty far away, but you could still see it. And then there was one outside of Surfside, so it's outside of the city limits. We were able to watch both those. And then my stepdad went down there, and he had bought these 2 boxes, and he just lit one up. And they were like real fireworks. Mm-hmm. And that took about 45 seconds before cops.
Ah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, he's a former cop, though. Does that buy him any?
That's what I said.
Leeway?
He was like, nah, it doesn't really work that way.
He can't.
But, I mean, the box is already on fire.
Yeah, then what are they going to do?
It's like, I don't know. I mean.
Yeah. Sorry, man. I shouldn't have done that. You're right.
Yeah. Shut him down.
So Wednesday night, went to Hearst for fireworks. Got her family together because it's also her birthday on July 4th.
Ah.
She was
So
working, though.
yeah, so she had to meet us out there. But got her family together, tried to make it a big thing for her because she loves fireworks on her birthday. And then the next day, and then talked to Grady after the show. He's really cool. I love Grady.
Good dude.
Played for a couple hours. Like I think,
At least an hour, like 40.
yeah,
Yeah.
out in the heat. But yeah, got a little backstory of how he's the only listener of the podcast in the band.
Yeah, they're very confused by us.
And so when they heard your daughters just ripping them, they're like, "Why did you do this?
Why
again?"
would you let him do
Yeah,
this?
but then yeah, next day go to McKinney and had more fireworks on July 4th. The kid loves them. As a kid, I hated fireworks because I didn't like loud noises, but he's super into them.
Okay.
So the wife and kid are into them, so that makes me have to be into them as well.
You just wouldn't go. You're fine if you didn't go at all.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Seeing the excitement from him kind of makes you care about it a little bit.
The whole crowd thing is a beating.
It's
You know, going to scout out your area, sitting there waiting, getting out, like all for what? What do we do? What do we all do here?
And I take a little bit of pride in that. I'm trying to find a decent parking lot, scoping your way out. How close are you to the access road, the
Blake
highway?
is such a dad.
And so
You'll back in at certain places, perhaps, if you're right next to the.
yeah. So
Yeah,
I found a I pulled up the satellite images on my phone to find a nice little trail that led to the park. And so I parked far enough away in a parking lot with easy out.
And then you could walk the trail.
And
Okay.
I walked the trail with the cooler and the chairs. Now, don't call me a hero.
Yeah.
I just think I'm doing what any dad would do, carrying the chairs and the cooler.
But that's scouting mission, though. That's something.
That's something.
That's
yeah.
extra. She doesn't understand what you're going through.
No, they never do. So, yeah, back-to-back nights of fireworks. But her birthday week continued.
Oh, she's.
And I felt like I had to plan some stuff and do stuff for her. And Saturday, we went to the rodeo.
So this goes to Lawrence's bit of guys are romantic,
Yeah.
which didn't go that well when he was on stage.
It hit during my show.
Did he? Because he got a lot of groans from the ladies. And I thought, boy, that's a lot better when you have a room full of guys
Yeah.
and you're trying to get on
Yeah,
board
'cause-
with
yeah.
But he had some ladies like yelling from the audience, like they were
No
against.
way.
They were against the romantic bit.
Interesting.
Okay,
Yeah, I played well at our show.
but what'd you do? You went to the rodeo because she likes the rodeo.
I mean, really, you're just trying to plan anything outside of the house. And if I'm being honest, I found a Groupon.
Groupon still kicks?
Groupon slaps. Yeah. I saved
Didn't
a
even know
lot
that
of
was still
saved a
a
lot
thing.
of money with the Groupon. The rodeo wanted like $300 for all of our tickets. Groupon $120.
Just the two of you or the whole?
No, I took the whole family.
That's not a birthday.
What's the whole family?
It's my side of the family. My parents and my sister, her 3 kids, and her husband.
Jesus, Pete.
And you're right, it was a mistake.
That sounds horrible.
But kid was really into it. Wife was really into it. So we got there, and it's Military Appreciation Night at the rodeo.
That feels like every night at the rodeo.
It does. I
probably
feel
is.
like they
Yeah,
really
was it
are catering to their
Che
audience.
Guevara night?
So
Communist night?
So they've got communist night. So they do the bit where if if you were in the army, stand up, and they run a horse out there. Ladies carrying an army flag. The guys stand up, you clap, whatever. Next one, Marines. Any former Marines, stand up, clap, clap.
Always not formal.
They have a special army
That's right.
flag
Yeah.
just for the army.
Yep.
Okay.
Marines have a flag. Then it's the Navy. All former Navy stand up. You kind of get it.
Do not tell me that they asked for those who were in Space Force to stand up.
Next was, let's see. Then it's Air Force.
Uh-huh.
Then it was Coast Guard.
Uh-huh.
Then it was Space Force. And they ran the Space Force flag out there. No one stood up. No one really clapped. But they had the Space Force flag, and it's running around. And
No one stood up. No one. It hasn't been
no
around
one
long
is in the
enough.
Space Force. No, and it was very confusing.
Yeah.
The people that are at the rodeo for Military Appreciation Night don't care about the Space Force.
That's fantastic.
It was pretty great. So then they do their thing. It was the bareback riding first. Then it was the
Hell yeah.
mutton busting. Then they have like some intermissions, and during one of them, they did this thing where they got these 4 ladies out there to dance blindfolded. They removed 3 of them, so you're laughing at the one lady who's dancing blindfolded. They take her blindfold off and tell her the bit or whatever. Then she turns around and her boyfriend is there proposing to her. And I thought, I've seen the ballpark proposal a lot.
The rodeo proposal.
The rodeo proposal.
You got to know your audience, though.
Sure.
She's probably stoked on the rodeo.
Yeah, she's way more into that than she would be a November 21st game against the Orlando Magic.
You're right. I mean,
100%. Yeah.
But is a July
Just-
6th or a July 5th rodeo
yeah.
equivalent of a November 20 or whatever?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so that had me thinking about that a lot. Just
It's unique,
proposed
I
at the
think.
rodeo.
I think it's unique.
Yeah.
But you don't. I mean, that's what you want, right?
Yeah, I guess. And then another proposal happened later in the night too. So 2 different proposals
See,
at
that
the
would be
rodeo.
That's tough.
If you were going to propose later in the night,
you got to call it off.
Yeah.
You got to call it off.
Oh no, there's already a proposal. It'll be like you were the second one.
So,
Yeah.
but both were very pre-produced. Obviously, the first with the dancing competition, whatever. The second one, the guy's kid won the mutton busting or whatever, and then, hey, would you like to say anything to your parents or the crowd or whatever? He's like, will you marry my dad?
Ugh.
And then she turns around, he's on a knee, and it's like you can't cancel that.
Yeah.
Like he's already
you have
signed
to say
up.
no right there.
Yeah.
I would like to see the percentage of public like that. Stadium, now rodeo proposals.
What do you give it, like 10 years?
Well, just how does it go with the national average of marriages?
Divorce rates. Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But I suppose then it's kind of like your 5-man lineups. Then you have to also look at the ages of the people and
Right.
all
Economics.
that.
Era adjusted.
Yeah.
The rodeo was a lot of fun.
I actually enjoy it quite a bit.
It's so impressive what they're able to do. And not just the Cowboys, but the horses, too.
Yeah.
And I'm probably talking on my ass here, but like the Wrangler dudes were really cool. Like whenever they, the steer runs off or whatever, and they got to like lasso them and get them back in there. And then the people that are able to like get them into the cages or whatever. And I know I've sounded like an idiot.
Pens.
Sure. But it was really impressive. It held Brooks' attention all night. It's like a 3.5-hour thing.
Wow.
That is big.
Yeah.
My stepdad
I
used
was-
to do that.
Used to do what?
Like
Perform in the
rodeos.
rodeo?
I don't
Yeah.
know, like to the degree that he performed, but I mean, he was definitely a guy who, when my mom first met him, he had one of those blankets in his truck. He knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. I had a rodeo in our hometown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big time.
Yeah.
Gotta have that
There's like
throw
a
blanket.
there's like a blanket. I don't know how to describe it.
You
But
put it's a saddle blanket.
Yeah.
You put it before you put
Oh,
the
okay.
saddle on.
yeah.
Yeah. A really good night of entertainment. So I'm here on the
You're going thumbs up on the rodeo.
Yeah, Blake here for the rodeo, Mesquite Rodeo.
Yeah, okay.
It's a really, really good night of fun. And then Sunday night, went to Lawrence Rosales. Heard a little bit about your show from Lawrence.
What did he say?
He said that somebody in your crowd yelled "moose her."
No.
I don't think that was my show.
Okay, maybe
I
it was
got
the
an
earlier
email
show.
about that.
Okay, yeah, a guy yelled "moosing" or something at during Lawrence's show.
Because he does a bit where he talks about doing doggy style or something. Was that him? Did he do that bit with you?
No, I don't think so. He said he tested a lot of new material on us.
Okay.
Last show of the week, I guess.
Man, I wanted to try it so bad this weekend, but that would have required me having sex.
Yeah. Well, it had
That did not happen.
The bit kind of was.
It did not happen.
You didn't get that little vacation.
No.
Home
No. Vacation home?
or wherever. Where were you? Weren't you at? You're at your mom's place, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a vacation home, isn't it? Or is that her home?
Doesn't that scream doggy style to you?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Kind of shh. Got to keep it quiet
Hand
because
around
her.
the phone.
Yeah.
It's more of a Hange space.
Yeah.
That also would have been news to me. I can't believe that we've made 30 minutes into the week and Dan's already asked me when the last time I got a hand job was.
Well, you never know.
I honestly don't know.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
So, all right. So notice, took wife out for 2 different firework events. Took her to the rodeo.
No
took her
moosing.
to a comedy club, and I did not moose her.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm laying the groundwork, and I need guys out there to notice what I'm doing, because I'm just stacking credits for whenever NCAA 25 comes out.
I knew exactly what this was.
So for the next month or so, when I don't see my family, you remember? Took you out to 2 fireworks shows?
She won't remember.
Yeah,
Remember
and
I got you that really nice card that Brooks colored on?
And I think
Took you to the rodeo?
I think primarily this is a free episode, but paid free either way. People need to like the Wells Fargo analyst who weighed the Chipotle bowls.
Yeah.
People need to directly pay attention to how the quality of these episodes falls off. The second that game comes out. Because he's going to be tied up for 6 to 8 hours a day.
The weekly wrap-up might not make
It
it.
might not happen.
It really might.
When's it drop?
Well, I've got early release.
It's before we go to camp. That's
So
why he's
it's,
bringing his Xbox.
It's July 16th.
Guys don't usually brag about early release.
They are now.
That's a little sex joke for you. Yeah.
Totally.
I
Guys
still
get
have
it?
that stuff. You guys want it?
What's that?
That Cameron stuff.
Yes.
You want it?
Yeah.
Okay. You answered real quick.
The what stuff?
You remember when
What's
we were?
it, pink?
It's like horse. Is there a horse name in it?
Yeah, that sounds.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys are saying.
The sex drink that he was promoting, and then the CNN person kept asking him about.
Yeah, P. Diddy.
Oh, okay.
And he was
Yeah.
like, "I'm really just here to promote this sex stimulant."
I look at it every morning whenever I.
Yeah, what am I
change
gonna do
my
with
socks.
that?
I'm like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Like, there's a decent chance I'm not healthy enough to take it.
Yeah.
Like, like when you see prescription pill ads and they're like, ask your doctor if you're healthy enough for sex. I'm like, I'm not gonna ask, but I know I'm not.
You're not even 40 yet. Come on.
Come on, man.
You still play flag football. You still got it.
Thanks.
You do, man.
Thanks.
Let's do some sports. That's what we do here. Sometimes. How about this? You want to say sports is brought to you by Frankel and Frankel, personal injury lawyers. You did say that this is a free episode. It means it's ad-supported.
Indeed.
And Frankel and Frankel are chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. If you had gotten in an accident over the 4th of July weekend, which that would have been terrible, Jake.
It would have.
What would you have done, though, immediately?
I would have called 214-817-333-3333. And there were a couple moments yesterday where I thought, I may have to make a call. People driving crazy out there.
Yeah, you get in an accident, sometimes, then it's the insurance companies get involved, and the insurance companies, they are fighting to not pay you what you should get, what you deserve. Frankel will fight for you. They were fighting for your rights. Insurance companies try to take advantage of you. Frankel fights for your rights. When you give them a call, you'll talk to a real partner, not just some spare. It's a family-owned law firm. They have the experience and knowledge to win in the courtroom, and they will work tirelessly. That means
Without tired.
even if they get tired, they'll keep working to maximize your outcome.
Yeah, you see a lot of these like fly-by-night type billboards whenever you're driving back up from the coast, and I'm like, these people, come on, these are vultures.
Yeah.
I want the Frankels.
And the Frankel's located here in Dallas, based in Dallas.
I was going to ask, this big company headquartered in New York, L.A.?
Based right here.
Okay.
Yeah, some of their competitors, if they want to call them that, around the state of Texas, but they're right here in Dallas. They will fight for you. 214 or 817, then all threes. Frankel and Frankel. Brings you today's sports. And I will just start with something that's probably not high on the radar, and then we can move to whatever you guys want to move on to.
Sure.
But did you see we had a little bit of a Twitter fight between C.D. Lamb and Cole Beasley. Did you guys see this?
Yeah, unfortunately.
I saw a little bit of it, yeah.
It all started with some guy
Some trainer or something.
tweeted out that CD is working on his explosiveness with this certain doctor. The drills will help change of direction, creating separation, and yards after catch. CD led the NFL last year with 680 yak, it says. So it's even going to get better. Because maybe they're just trying to plug this doctor or the company he works for or something. So Cole Beasley jumps in to quote tweet. These are all quote tweeting each other. But he didn't tag CD or anything. No one was tagged in any of this. Cole Beasley just jumped in and said, man, just do some heavy squats and power cleans. So now he's kind of shitting on the whole idea that you need to do all this stuff that CD Lamb is doing. So some other guy jumps in and says, is Cole Beasley really trying to tell CD how to train? Beasley has literally never eclipsed 1,000 yards, CD averaging 1,286 yards a year and 599 yards short of Cole in 4 years versus 11. So he's kind of scoreboarding, saying, hey, CeeDee Lamb knows what he's doing. Cole Beasley jumps back, sees that, because it was quote tweeted on him, and he says, give me 180 targets off the couch, and I eclipse 1,000. 180 targets. Is that what CD got in a year?
Man, I bet it's not that far off.
Anyway, he says, stop looking at stats and check the tape. As far as getting open goes, I'm confident I did that with the best of them. And now CD jumps in. So was following this from afar.
181.
He says, I don't need 180 targets to touch a band.
That would be 1,000. That's for you, Dan.
I was going to ask. Pull up tape. I'd match you route for route on getting open. Just chill. And then he does tag at Beasley.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first tag.
Mm-hmm.
So just if you were hoping that your Cowboys and ex-Cowboys were battling on Twitter this weekend, they were. This was going on over the July 4th weekend.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. I mean, I guess they're just all super online now. So I guess I've decided to accept it.
Mm-hmm.
Cole Beasley, obviously always been a volume tweeter. It feels like he'll take like 3 months off, and then he'll have 2 or 3 days where he just tweets a bunch. And maybe his wife tweets a bunch.
And it might be football?
It might be politics or the vaccine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows? It's weird because I remember you were not a big fan of his, right? Like as far as like anybody could do that job.
I mean, I wasn't a complete hater, I don't think.
Not
Cole
hater, but
Beasley.
like, didn't you used to accuse him of having a lot of empty stats? And I remember
I don't recall.
I know that was Mike.
Mike Reiner?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I looked up a bunch of his stuff, and it's actually when I used to write for Bob's blog, which is a bygone era, I suppose, but he did convert like a lot of first downs and move the chains. However, he's never broken a tackle in his life.
Yeah, I wouldn't think.
No. So if he's sitting here trying to talk to CeeDee Lamb about the way to train where you can get out of a tackle and create more yards after a catch, I don't really think you're the guy.
Yeah.
Personally.
CD's pretty good.
Yeah.
He hasn't been signed yet.
Of course not. No, he's not participating.
We will be in California before
him.
he will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think so.
He may not even go.
Yeah.
He'll win.
Yes.
Yeah.
He'll win this standoff because they need him.
Yeah.
I think they might even have themselves convinced they could replace Dak easier than they can replace Cole.
Well, that's what Malik Hooker said
CD. Yeah.
in that interview.
I don't know if
played.
that's true or not. I don't think it would be.
No.
But CD's pretty good.
Yeah, and they just don't have a whole lot of other options. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
There's the depth chart is pretty thin.
No, for sure.
I mean, who else? So it's Brandon Cooks and Jalen Tolbert?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much. Yeah. See.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you guys think about this Stars Bally streaming thing?
What's the deal?
So apparently, as of this morning, the Stars they're going to be the first to go straight direct to consumer with a streaming app, and it's free for in market. And this starts like now, 2024, 2025. It's called Victory Plus.
I did see that Bally bowed out and said they're, because of bankruptcy, they're not going to air Stars games this year.
Yeah.
That's got to really hurt financially.
On both sides?
The Stars. What do you mean both sides? I mean,
it's
Bally's already bankrupt, so.
Yeah, but I mean, if they were trying to get themselves out of it, wouldn't they need product? They now lost that.
Yeah.
So the Stars can sell the ads themselves. They can sell the inventory themselves and just put it on an app that's free.
Some people find that that's not always as easy as you think.
Yeah, there are hurdles. But I mean, I think this is probably the way of the future.
So there'll still be big commercial breaks and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they're selling to a... Again, this might sound familiar. You're selling to maybe a smaller overall fan base, but a very rabid fan base.
Yeah, passionate. Yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
It feels like this is just going to be the way it is now.
And they're going to be on no local TV stations at all?
As of right now, no.
I would think their numbers would be really small.
But it's like you said, though. I mean, don't you think, especially with hockey, people are so fired up about it that they'll find it? Like, people are so passionate, they're so riled up about it that almost seems to me like the type of market that could pull it off. It's like the 1,000 fans.
Yeah, but then the stars have to pull off the video production.
Yeah, that's true too.
I mean, they would have to hire the people that Bally's
truck
used to run it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then pay them. And yeah, no, that's a tough bit.
The Stars began working with a company called APMC, A Parent Media Company Incorporated, to develop their new app. On Monday, the team announced a 7-year agreement with APMC, which has also partnered with Dude Perfect.
No. Why can't we go anywhere without running into Dude Perfect?
You simply cannot.
Dude, they're everywhere.
You simply cannot. They may replace Biden.
Tyler and his running mate is Cody.
He's a fraud. It took him 200 tries.
Would that be great to see them in a debate?
So, anyways, I mean, the details on this are a little bit scant, but it's not going to be on Bally.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen that at all.
And I wonder, too, it's weird. We talked last week about the whole Adelson-Dumont deal with the Mavericks. Now that Cuban's out of this, they don't have any loyalty to Bally. Like, Cuban might have felt like, oh, that's just what people are used to seeing the Mavericks on, and I need to honor these prior and previous relationships. These casino people don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
They might just be like, no, we don't deal with Bally anymore. And the Mavs are a much bigger deal than the Stars, so that would be the one that really shifts the landscape, I guess.
Yeah, I guess I'm not even familiar with what the Stars' financial. You heard about the Rangers with Bally. That was a big deal, or Fox Sports Southwest.
Yeah,
it was like $1 billion deal over 10 years. I don't know how many, right?
It was a lot.
And that was supposed to keep them in the high spenders. And then when that's all gone, because that's where baseball gets most of their revenue from local deals. I don't know what the NHL situation is. It feels similar.
Yeah, it's got to be similar.
Because the NFL is the one with the national deals.
Yeah, I mean, and that's uniform, right?
I would think the NBA, I would think they make more from the national deal, but I'm not sure. But, yeah. It's interesting to see it all play out.
Yeah.
It's just interesting to see how our personal lives have changed, but the whole, just our lives watching everything that we watch is so different. How will this all, how will it be at the end? Speaking of Cuban not being involved, that is interesting too, because they had did you get the press release about tomorrow? We got a Klay Thompson introductory press conference.
Yeah, it looked to me like it was going to be, and maybe I read this incorrectly, like it was going to be a everyone press conference. Is that wrong?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Grimy and whoever the other
Grimy.
The couple of
Najee
acquisitions
Marshall.
they've made
Yeah.
in the past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Yet the highest level Mavs official there seems to be Michael Finley.
Yeah.
Like, Nico's not even there. But these were things that Cuban would always be front and center with this.
For sure.
And it probably would have been just Cuban and Klay Thompson.
Yeah.
Or maybe the coach as well. But for Cuban to not be involved in any of this stuff is insane.
Yeah, if you remember back when they traded for KP, they had KP up there with Cuban, and I'm pretty sure Donnie. And if you remember, they thanked KP's brother, Giannis. Do you remember that, Blake? There was always this weird thing where they had to like keep KP's brother happy.
Yeah.
That's why he got to park downstairs next to the door.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just always this weird thing of like, oh, hey, we just want to make sure we thank, maybe he went by Janice. I can't remember if it was Janice or Giannis, but Cuban's up there placating all parties involved, and now he's not even at the press conference. For Klay, it's a big deal.
Yeah, I want to know how much involvement he had with acquiring Klay, if any.
It feels like none.
I was reading that ESPN article you told me about.
Ramona?
Yeah, the Klay Thompson, how it all fell apart with the Warriors and just...
I mean, Cuban's not mentioned.
Because I just think that's a... I don't know. That's a key acquisition to the Mavs moving forward. And is it going to work?
I mean, I don't think it's out of pocket to say it's the biggest free agent signing in the history of the franchise. Like, he's past his prime. He's 34. He might not even really be, a star anymore. But every other player that they've acquired of note was a trade. So, I mean, Klay Thompson is one of the 3 or 4 best shooters in the history of the game. He shot 39% last year. He still scores 20 points a game. You're adding him to Kyrie and Luka. Who else would it be? There's really nobody else that they've been able to lure to Dallas.
Yeah. I mean, they did sign Kyrie last year, but he was already here. Yes,
Yeah,
you
I
had
mean,
to trade
exactly.
him.
He had his bird rights, and he didn't really have anywhere he could go. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who's Franz Wagner?
Mo's brother? Wagner.
Franz Wagner.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a contract bigger than Luka. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he just signed it.
What the hell? Who is this?
Come on, man. He's good.
He doesn't even average 20 a game.
He's good.
He's never been an all-star.
Why are you so upset about this?
Because I was just seeing this weekend. Like, who are these guys? I don't even know who he is. He's on Orlando.
There was definitely a couple of contracts this weekend that got signed where you're like, oh, my God. How are you making $58 million a year?
Yeah, their money all has to be national money.
The league?
Yeah, it has to
for
stem
sure.
from that.
Yeah.
Mostly. More than local. They probably don't even care about the local.
Have you looked at like the Suns situation? That's a fun one.
No.
They have by far the highest or the most expensive roster in the NBA for like the next 3 seasons. And they're going to lose picks because they're over the second apron and their team sucks.
Oh, and they're not allowed to like make certain trades. And
Any. No.
They can't sign like mid-level exception guys anymore. So they're locked into who they are.
Yeah.
Unless they unload.
But who's going to take, any of those deals for $60 million a season?
For a busted Bradley Beal.
Yeah. Yeah. Or Kevin Durant, who...
Yeah, I was seeing another thing,
Yeah.
how LeBron supposedly took like a discount
Oh, my God.
to keep them under the second apron, but they're like $45,000 under the second apron. Like he took the minimum discount that he could. It wasn't like he took a discount so he can go sign a player or two.
He is the master of the narrative, man.
The LeBron thing, though, ever since that article came out, that was kind of the worst thing that could have happened to LeBron, I feel like.
Which one?
that I was telling you guys about. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago? There was an article questioning whether Michael Jordan should have
Tom
won
Haberstroh thing?
Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
And since then,
It's picking up.
the microscope has turned clearly to LeBron.
Yeah.
And guys are going back to look at the games that allegedly Michael Jordan got gifted assists and gifted, or not assists, but
Steals and blocks and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
but the problem with that though is, and I heard Ethan Strauss talking about that over the weekend. Nobody's doing that to everybody else.
what do you mean?
Like, okay, yeah, they're doing it to Jordan. Yeah, they're doing it to LeBron. You'd have to do it to everybody.
Right. Yeah, but no one's going to do it to everybody else.
I know, but
They're only going to look at those two
yeah.
because it's
still
legitimately
annoying.
so now I think we're in a weird area where LeBron's career, I think, is getting diminished and underrated a little bit.
He made this about LeBron.
Don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, yes.
Like right now, it's
Yes.
look at how funny this is. I mean, I think it's funny too that Klay Thompson spurred LeBron. Everybody's saying no to LeBron. Like he ends up, and oh, did you see his kid got a 4-year deal?
4-year deal for
Like
the
a guaranteed.
55th overall pick.
Like $8 million,
Doesn't happen.
like
Yeah.
$2 million a year.
I did enjoy the comparisons of what he's making compared to the pick before him and after him, and then 55 last year. Like, it's insane.
Like it's way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You don't necessarily
Pick
get
55 might not make the team, but yeah, he got a 4-year deal.
Do you think he might not make the team?
No, I'm saying, like, yeah.
But maybe that is their. Okay, I'm paying you less, LeBron, but I'm paying him that money I would have given you. Like it's all in the family. What do you think his allowance was?
What do you think Kobe would think of this?
Look, Kobe never took a dollar discount. Are you trying to tell me that Kobe was just the ultimate team guy that would?
I'm saying Kobe's legacy as a Laker, then now it's LeBron and his kid and a circus.
Kobe, look at the late stages of Kobe's career. That was nothing but a circus. Kobe took like 80% of the salary cap. They were a terrible team. All he was doing is chucking up, heaving shots, trying to score 60, trying to score 80. Don't overrate Kobe here.
No, I'm just saying they went from one insane killer to, hey, draft my son, and I'll take a little
You're
bit
saying
less.
he's an insane
cool
killer, but
commercial,
again,
though.
he wasn't about just winning. He was about making sure that he got all his and he stayed in L.A.
No, but people remember him as the killer.
I know, and that's because he died young.
Yeah,
It's a good call.
it probably helps.
We should try it.
Okay, well, I mean, that seems pretty dark. By the way, is Team USA all black? And has there ever been an Olympic team that's all black? It feels like back in the day they used to. I mean, even the original Dream Team.
Christian Leitner.
They added
Larry
Christian
Bird.
Leitner late. Yeah, they already had Bird. Bird was kind of a legacy.
It's
John
just
Stockton,
a
I think, was on the first
guess on my part, but I'm willing to bet that if a country in Africa has ever had a team in the Olympics.
No, I'm saying the U.S.
Oh.
Has a country in Africa ever had a team in the Olympics?
So that's why I qualified.
Because you have to
as
qualify
such.
for
Yeah.
the Olympics.
My Slovenian boys got run roughshod over yesterday.
Yeah.
Were you happy?
I was.
No, I was not. A lot of my friends in the group chat were, "Hey, we're gonna get the rest now. He needs it." I wanted to see him play in the Olympics, but when it was 49-19 with 2 minutes left in the second quarter, I think that's about when I gave up hope. But the weird one is like Embiid is playing for the Americans.
Mm-hmm.
Who was born in Cameroon and has French citizenship. I don't understand any of it.
Why is he playing for the Americans?
Said he wanted to because his kid's an American and he wanted to play for his son.
Yeah, most guys or guys you hear of are even born here, but they're
Yeah.
That's if you
Like
can't.
a parent or something.
That's if you couldn't make the American squad.
Yeah. But of course, Embiid's getting a lot of crap for it because he hasn't won anything, and they're like, "Oh, okay,
Yeah.
you hop on this now." I don't really understand it. I mean, there was a Mike Tobey from Virginia was on Slovenia's team for the past 2 times around. I have no idea how that happened. They had a black guy this weekend.
Do you feel like Slovenia does not have any black citizens?
I think it's extremely low, probably like less than 1%.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Sure.
And then I know I want to do this, but I don't know much about it. I want to promote. We have a Ranger night.
Yeah, let's do that.
What does that mean?
So
or Ranger Day, right?
Yeah. Just discounted tickets, and you get to sit in our section. It's September 19th, 1:35 against the Blue Jays. So we're going to do our show at the Lowe's Hotel next door before the game, and then walk over and enjoy Blue Jays versus the Rangers. It's the second to last homestand, so one of the last Ranger games of the year. And tickets,
What time's the game?
1:35.
He just said that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Tickets
And we're
are
going to be done by then?
yeah. We'll have to start a little early, but yeah, you can come by and see us at the Lowe's Hotel. We'll do our show there, and then walk on over. Tickets $22 to sit with us.
That's not really related to a sex act at all.
No.
I promoted this on the weekend wrap-up. I wanted to give our listeners of the wrap-up a special little thing. The Rangers gave us 69 tickets. We have already sold out, and we have gotten 100 more.
Wow.
So
well.
if you want to, jump on before it sells out again, please do. I'll put the link in the show notes. It's kind of hard to say, as I had to say it on the wrap-up. But yeah, check the show notes. The link is in there. Got 100 more tickets, $22. Come watch the Rangers with the Dumb Zone.
Okay.
Okay, indeed.
And so for those that have real jobs and have to take PTO or a half day or whatever, just do it. 1:30. You're
So
home
based
by
on
6.
Just off of your mentioning it on the weekend thing,
Yeah.
they sold it out already.
Yep.
Look at that.
Amazing.
I just got an email suggestion about what to name that weekend podcast. Want to do viewer mail?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wait a minute, Uncle Hotmail. Hey.
I'm surprised you guys haven't commented on this at all.
What do you got?
I've noticed it.
I got bit.
Oh, I couldn't see it. What is it?
Oh.
I have trouble seeing that far without my glasses.
The boy's in a biting phase.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Darn it.
I thought you meant like a wasp or something bit you.
I do think it's
Or I guess
interesting.
something that would bite.
I do think
Wasps
it's
don't bite.
interesting that you immediately went to insect rather than like maybe I got a little spicy in the bedroom.
Yeah, well, you've already kind of laid the
You laid
groundwork
that out,
here
yeah.
that
Yeah, that's
this
true.
weekend was not for that.
No.
No moosing.
No moosing.
Jake emailed and said, Jake Davis, not our Jake. Our Jake wouldn't email us. He would just ask us. He said, have you considered the weekly happy ending?
Okay.
Because it is at the end of the week.
What do you think?
I love it.
And then it does have the apparently some kind of a sexual connotation. I'm not that familiar with that. Stewart said, Blake got ball sacked.
Yeah, I do a bunch.
The SMU tax fraud story is completely fake.
Yep. Sorry.
I can't believe Blake fell for this. He said it's a TCU burner account at TCU Carter Boys that changed its profile pic and name to College Football News.
They got me.
Like I said, I saw Blake on Wednesday night at Grady's show, and I mentioned it. You know, I was like, hey, I don't know if you're getting blown up about, that story was fake. And he did what I do, which he was like, yeah, but I mean, the crazy part is, like, we all believed it, I'm like, yeah, I guess, dude.
I was like,
you fell for a fake story, and now you're going to try to blame Dan and I for.
I believed it because
No.
he told me,
Yeah.
and I trust him.
He's like, I mean, isn't it just so much funnier that we actually would have believed that?
I think my
Like,
point
that's
was
a
it's
horrible point.
if North Texas does it, you're like, oh wow, that's weird. But if you say SMU commits tax fraud, yeah, okay, yeah, that checks out.
So he's doubling down now.
That's why
Is
it's a
what
good.
he's-
I didn't say that on air. That was just between us.
Not anymore.
Hey, dumb zone, whatever
What?
we are. I don't know, dude. I'm a California DF. I wanted to see if you guys had anything planned in the area. I'd like to meet up, hang with the DZ. Let me know, or let the whole class know your plans on the next SOD. From DF Ryan. Do we have plans to?
I mean,
Stay tuned.
pending. Yeah.
Okay.
Watch this space.
I keep getting emails about different Roseannes.
Good.
So you say there are many people who are Roseannes. Do you want to explain what a Roseanne is?
You know, it's kind of like I can't remember the specific Supreme Court justice who said this, but it was whenever they were talking about obscenity. Ty, you want to help me here at all?
Yeah, you're talking about pornography, like
Yeah.
defining pornography.
Yeah.
You know it when you see it.
You know it when you see it.
So you could see somebody, a human, and you're like, they're a Roseanne.
My grandmother was a Roseanne,
Okay.
and I don't know that she ever saw Roseanne, like on television.
Does a
or on-
Roseanne have to be a lady?
It absolutely does not.
Because this person says Senator John Fetterman.
Whew. That's interesting because he's bald. So
Can
that
you
makes
be a
it.
bald Roseanne?
I don't know. I'd have to think about that.
Are we keeping a new list, Blake?
Yeah, we have a Roseanne's list.
Fetterman has a smushy face, so there may be something to that.
I don't know about this one.
Yeah. I don't know.
He does have a smushy face.
He does have a
He's like a big guy, right?
huge guy. Big guy.
Wears sweats.
Yeah. Do you like that?
Yeah, I can get on board with that. I have a bunch of birthdays because it was a long weekend.
I have one real quick
Oh.
before we move on to birthdays. Got a comment on Patreon. Love the weekly pullout. That's his idea for the name. Any possibility of releasing it on Wednesdays instead of Saturdays? And would that be better for our weekly rhythm? A Thursday to Tuesday wrap. That way people have something to listen to on Business Wednesday.
I don't like it.
I don't care.
Oh.
So one no, one I don't care.
Well, I've also been thinking of doing something with Business Wednesday. I actually recorded an interview on July 4th
Some freaking Lipton over here.
for a future Business Wednesday. I'm not sure if I have it in me to do one a week, so I was going to promise one a month.
Okay.
Like just an actual business thing. Like I talked to a guy about business. He's got a business. He runs a business, and I thought it was an interesting talk. And if you don't want to listen to it, like it's not our show.
Yeah.
It's Business Wednesday.
Okay.
And we're trying to stack up things. We're trying to build things to where that long-awaited annual that we want to offer, that we can include that. Like, hey, if you're going to do an annual with us, you're going to get these extra things. And that's why I think the weekly wrap-up should be there.
Who else has had a birthday?
Oh, jeez.
Man, I thought we were having a nice little conversation on.
This one is entitled Make-A-Wish Email.
Oh, man. Yeah. This hit me in the feels.
Dear Dan, Jake, and the severely underrated Blake.
Thank you for knowing that.
I am having brain surgery tomorrow to remove a tumor. Doctors think the likelihood of success is high, but you never know with these things, I guess. I've listened to y'all for many years, never had the courage to write in. I did, however, make the crow line 8 weeks in a row back in 2022. That's a high I will never come down from. I'll be as brief as a dying man can. If I don't make it off the operating table tomorrow, I have instructed my wife to leave the $6.90 subscription for 1 calendar year. I've done this for 2 reasons. 1, I can't do anything to stop this tumor from killing me, but I'll be damned if I let it rob you all of $6.90 a month. 2, I still have an immense amount of regret about waiting until your trial wrapped up to subscribe. That being said, when I did, I went back to the first episode and caught up quickly. I apologize for my tardiness. He also says, I want to request, like a just in case, an early birthday shout-out to Ben Moltz. He was kind enough to let me join his 690 remote at Possum Kingdom Lake as a Make-A-Wish dream fulfillment of sorts. Watching your show in person was enthralling. And I cannot recommend it enough to DFs everywhere. Let's now check in with those.
Pretty enthralled.
That's a big word.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then he says some nice stuff.
This guy
about
could
us.
be dead already. He sent this at like 3:00 in the morning.
He says if you lose a subscriber a year from tomorrow, no, it has nothing to do with the content of your show or your hearts. Much love. Thanks for the laughs. Hope I get to listen to you again soon. P.S. Jake, I prayed for Carter when he was undergoing surgery as an infant. I'm not saying you're a dick if you don't return the favor, but I'm also not saying that. That's from Kyle Cox, who's having brain surgery, either today or tomorrow. It's undetermined.
Yeah, I mean, our Father who art thou.
Look, the main
I don't really know how to pray. I'm
important
sorry.
thing to take away from this is we're going to keep his subscription for at least
Yes,
a year.
Yeah.
yes. That will not be a hit to us.
And I think that's the key takeaway for everybody who's hearing that.
Yeah.
Good luck, Kyle.
That guy got up at 2:30 in the morning to go have brain surgery and was like, let me email these dumbasses.
Probably couldn't sleep.
Yeah, you think you have trouble sleeping if you're about to have brain surgery?
That's a good point.
Well, I hope you got to moose one last time.
Let's see here.
No one's moosing.
Well, he said it's a good chance he survives. You don't trust them doctors, do you? It's here's some other emails that have nothing to do with that. Savannah says it's my fiance's birthday. His name is Colton. He has emailed in before under the alias of Poon Slayer 69.
Ty really liked that one.
P.S. He was woken up in that special way.
This is her?
What?
You write as Poon Slayer 69?
Dan, it's my son James's Justin Fields on the Steelers' birthday.
I don't know.
Nobody's...
The Dumb Zone's unique blend of sports, comedy, and education make it the perfect podcast for him to listen to in the car every day. His leaders are Bluey, Bingo, and Doug Townsend.
That's a solid trio.
Yeah.
From day one, number 225, Jeremy.
Yep. I like it.
Jeremy.
Tio Muy Caliente, it is my wife Lisa Bauman's 36th birthday. The plan is to get low-key faded and give her a good moosing. She wants a joke from Dutch.
Dead.
This is from your Luca DF, number 77, Blake Bauman.
All right.
My daughter's birthday is 7/7. She is 12. She thinks you're the lamest show in my Patreon feed. She'd like a shout-out to Pumpkin, Spricket, and the ghost of Chairman Meow. I don't know what that means. That's from Dumbo Jordo.
Sounds Chinese.
Hey, Zoners, it is my daughter's birthday. Oh, birth date. I know you don't typically do birth announcements, but I thought Jake would make an exception. She was born on 7/7, the actual fake Luca Day from Colin Pennington.
But not the real Luca Day.
No.
Let's admit, 7/7 is Luca Day.
I honor the police.
Yeah, there was a tragedy that day.
And Bombot.
Hey, Dan, day 2, number 1218 here. It is my Larry Bird birthday. My leaders are Chan's Mongolian Grill and Jake's love for Frasier. More Blake, no puppet, Aaron.
You got the box set.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Is it Bulldog? Who's your favorite? Bulldog, right? Wasn't that his guy?
Fill me in.
There's a guy on the show named Bulldog.
On Frasier?
Jake would know. I don't know.
I can't tell you, honestly. I need to learn more about this bit.
Your favorite character is Frasier, probably.
Yeah. No, the dog.
What about Niles?
Is he a closet Frasier guy?
Dear Uncle Hotmail, it's my daughter Lucia's Luca multiplied by Russell Westbrook birthday.
She's
So she's
0?
born today.
She was born this morning. Can you please play Blake's dating app tips or a no puppet drop of your choosing? From Walter.
No puppet, 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 no.
Yesterday was the birthday of Day One Scriber and good dude Austin Newbury.
That's my insurance agent.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Ty knows him.
Yes.
We've smoked cigarettes together many times.
I don't know if he was woken up in that special way, but if you know this guy for 5 minutes, you know he loves friction. Leaders are Joe Lecce, Blueberry Dobbs,
Blueberry,
and Danny's Grandmammy's Dynamite P. More Blake. Thanks and legalize it. From Kevin Kelly, Day One, number 435.
Is that him?
Yeah.
Long weekend. Sorry here. Uncle Hotmail.
Jeez.
DF Travis here to pathetically shout out my own birthday. It was my Hardik Pandya birthday.
What?
And once Jake stops bitching, tell him that's some spare cricket player that is captain of an Indian team.
I'm not even bitching. I'm just bored.
Leaders are Heart Attack Man, the Reddit incels, and the original Hawk Tua girl, Monica Lewinsky.
There you go.
That's true. Well, we don't know that, but sure.
And last, I just wanted to call out Jake for being a hypocrite. He would always complain about children calling into the station. Then he has his freaking daughter on the podcast. Jeez, dude. But Jake is great, and I'm a fellow IVF father with my second super baby on the way.
Congrats, man.
Love you gays. Travis Barron.
I did it one time. One time.
Yes, I've had my kids on more. It's my buddy Virgil's 33rd birthday.
Good name.
That is a good name.
He wants to know whose D he needs to HTSOTT, Hawk to a spit on that thing, to get a Soroy joining the couch. I'm waiting for the Saturday Night Fever disco stream from Andrew Day 2, some number. And finally, Armin, Shannon says, birthday shout out to my husband, Andy Reid. Oh, wait. It's for tomorrow.
Okay. Well, then I guess we'll read it tomorrow. I don't know what to tell you.
That's right. All right. Sorry, guys.
I play a lot of chess. Not in real life. I've actually, a lot of people have told me you should play chess because you'll be great. I've never played chess, but in my mind, in theory, I feel like I play chess on the floor.
Yeah. Come on, LeBron, put your Maverick jersey on, then it's time to get it on. You come to Dallas. Come on, LeBron, put your Maverick jersey on, then it's time to get it on. You gotta come to Dallas. Come on, LeBron, put your Maverick jersey on, then it's time to get it on. You gotta come to Dallas. When you leave Cleveland,
you're listening to The Dumb Zone.
Do you remember this?
I do.
Don't leave them empty-handed. You'll make more money because they got Larry Bird rights. They'll trade you to the West.
Trying to trying to recruit LeBron back in 2010.
How'd that go?
Would they have won the title in 2011 had they got LeBron? Or was he just not ready to win it? 214.
I'm really glad that he never ended up here.
still time.
There is still time.
Do you guys ever like? I was thinking about Clay.
puppet.
Yeah, thank you. I was thinking about Clay being 34, and like this weekend, I tried to run a little bit,
Okay.
like a little bit, and it just made me think like it's insane that LeBron is my age plus like 8 months, and still does what he does.
Yeah.
Like, I understand he's a
here's
pro
what you do,
athlete,
though.
everything, blah blah blah. But
Here's what you do. If I had a trainer,
a chef,
if I had a chef,
Yeah.
if I had made 40 million or
never
whatever,
stopped
80
training.
million a year.
right, rent a gym on vacation.
No, here's the deal. If you made 80 million a year, you'd be coked out of your mind. You'd be, you know.
I would end up with 79.999 of it gone.
Yeah.
Be
You're
moosing
probably
every
right.
day.
Yeah, moose, just moose from
Like, hey, wait, you gave me
Morn
40
tonight.
million for 1 year? I now retire.
yeah.
Like, why would I keep
Why would
playing?
I try? Yeah.
That's why you weren't born in Northeast Ohio.
No. Down here, things are given. So the NFLPA's study came out again, their little report card. That's fun every year.
Okay. I like this.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what to make of it other than it really seems like people hate playing for the Chiefs, which is funny.
Or just their facilities.
Yeah, and I don't want to say too much, but I've certainly talked with people who work out with people who play for the Chiefs, and that jives with their general impression of the way that the Chiefs operate.
Did they used to do that about the Patriots too? But it was never like thought of as
country
awesome
club.
as Dallas. Yeah, but
Yeah.
if you do want to win games, you might just want to go to Kansas City.
Yeah, but it's just not good to be like horrible on everything. Treatment of families D+, nutrition F, locker room F, training staff F.
Wow.
Ownership F-, which I didn't even know existed. Did get an A+ for head coach.
How'd they get an F- on ownership? What the hell's that?
I don't know.
How do they give these?
It's
Like, is there a certain amount of teams that are going to get an F?
I don't know about that.
Okay.
It's an anonymous thing that you can fill out or not fill out, but I do think it's something like 700 or 800 players filled it out.
Are the Cowboys real high?
On most of them, yeah. Their aggregate rating was 12th out of 32 teams. So treatment of families, solid. Locker room. The only area where they really did poorly was training staff. And training room. Training staff D+, training room C-. But everything else is pretty solid. Head coach A. Ownership B. And those rank 9th and 19th respectively.
How are the Browns?
That's a good question. I did not look the Browns up. That looks pretty terrible across the board.
Okay.
Yeah. 23rd to 32 in their aggregate rating. Travel's a D. Weight room's a D. Treatment of families D-.
Jeez.
Yeah. So,
Massage therapist. A.
happy baby pose. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why I looked at both of them.
I mean, I've heard.
Yeah. But it is interesting, though, like the fact that this comes out. Actually, it says 1,700 players responded this year. And certain teams that had really terrible rankings last year, like the Cardinals, improved this year. So, like, the teams actually do see this and see, okay, well, people think our travel sucks, our nutrition sucks.
That's why the Players Association does this, right?
Yeah.
To try and up everybody's
Some level
game.
of accountability, yeah.
Yeah, when things are publicized.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how salaries got to where they are. It's really interesting when you read about salaries, because I think initially it was the owners that wanted to make the salaries public. Once they started paying a lot.
Look at these guys playing a kid's game.
Right.
Making all this money. Yeah.
And in a way, they did get public opinion like, yeah, that's bullshit. But the Cowboys knew it long ago. You don't want other players on other teams knowing what everybody is making.
Yeah.
And once that all once they realized we have to let everybody know that legally, that's the way I've always heard it, is that owners initially wanted the players' salaries to be public. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Maybe it was the Players Association saying, hey.
No, I think that's from the either Lords of the Realm or the Marvin Miller biography that it kind of backfired on him a little bit.
Okay.
It is weird to me, though, that the Cowboys have low marks on anything, specifically training room and training staff. I mean, I guess that one guy died.
Yeah, that'll set you back.
It's a bit of an impediment. But, I mean...
you would think they have top quality everything.
Everything.
I mean,
and for the most part, they do.
Their facility looks incredible.
Yeah, and look, I mean, this is not like directly correlated to winning, but the teams at the top are primarily good teams. The Vikings, the Dolphins, the Niners, the Texans. Boy, I got to tell you something. After being at Beach near Houston, I'm not ready for the Texans to be good.
They're going to be good, aren't they?
They are going to be good. They've made a lot of really smart moves.
Why did being down there?
Because there was a bunch of Texan tents. You're an hour and 15 minutes away.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And I mean, when they're 4-12, there's not a whole lot of Houston Texans pride taking place in South Texas. But now it's everywhere. And I don't like it.
Yeah, they're really quick to tell you how good they're going to be. And even when they were good under Bill O'Brien, they didn't.
And that was like quote unquote good. That was play the Saturday playoff game at 2 p.m.
Yeah, they didn't feel cool, but now they do.
I know.
Their coach is awesome. Their quarterback is awesome.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Would you trade full teams?
Of course.
Oh my gosh.
Right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw like a lot of Texans flags and, like I said, tents and towels and stuff, and I'm just like, no.
Yeah, I hate how good C.J. Stroud is.
Yeah. So they ranked very highly on all of these.
Let me read you a brief part of this ESPN article. It says Rams wide receiver Puka Nacua knows he's a picky eater. When he wanted to improve his eating habits this offseason, he went to team nutritionist Sebastian Zorn for help, but had some restrictions. Nacua doesn't like any vegetables, listing green onions and asparagus before saying, I don't do any of those. And so instead he replaces the nutrients from vegetables with watermelon and pineapple in the morning to go with his eggs and bacon. He says, those are how I get some of my fiber and stuff like that because, like, hey, you got to poop somehow.
That is true. You do have to poop somehow.
But are these younger athletes, they're just going to not eat what they don't want? Is that the new thing? Like they're going to be online and they're not going to eat your rabbit food?
At least today's young athlete is saying, let me replace it with something. Whereas I think the old...
Just eat fast food.
Yeah, it would have just been, I'm eating fries and burgers all the time until you start to lose it, or in your late 20s, 30. And you're like, boy, I got to hang on here. Dirk, I think, was a fast food eater.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing but.
Yeah, until like maybe 30.
Yeah.
Late 20s. I remember him telling you and Bob that. Don't you just get a smoothie, though?
Yeah, probably. But it's funny to me, it's like he doesn't eat vegetables, so rather, I don't know, all the vitamins that he's missing, he's like, God, I got to poop, man. I got to eat something with fiber.
And you could take like fiber supplements. Look, the Al Michaels thing rocked me.
What's that?
I think he said he's never eaten a vegetable.
Yeah. But
and he looks great.
Yeah, when Ham says he doesn't eat vegetables, that makes sense.
Yeah, you look at him and you're like, you're a sickly fuck.
Yeah, but Puka Nacua's not eating them.
Right.
And he's a top-tier athlete.
And I think watermelon is pretty much just fiber, right?
Oh, is it?
Like there's not any nutritional value to watermelon.
I've heard that. I didn't know it even had fiber.
And I think it's the same thing with like iceberg lettuce. It's just water. It's just water and fiber, I think. Anyways, people want to play for the Cowboys. That's what I'm telling you. Do you want to play it today in Twitter Open?
They just have to go look for a free agent.
That would help.
Yeah, I'd love to play it today in Twitter Open.
I bet you would.
You guys want to just talk till I find it?
Yeah, I'm going to... Yep.
The Dumb Zone presents Today
Hey,
in
they got mimosas over here.
Yeah, we're enjoying ours.
Mm-hmm.
I know they tried peer pressuring me into drinking a mimosa, but
didn't work.
I mean, they're paying your salary today. The least you could do is partake.
Yeah. So this is from 2013. I don't have any idea why this came back up over the weekend, but it was quite viral on Twitter, and it's Donald Trump on Wendy Williams' show.
okay.
And again,
She's still out there?
yeah, I think so. I mean,
She's I think she actually did retire, or she's not doing her show anymore.
She's not doing well, right?
yeah. So that's what I was gonna say. Is I think she's had some.
I think Tracy Morgan's wife from 30 Rock hosts the show now. Don't know her name.
Okay, feels
Black
racist.
lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's real funny on 30 Rock. Look it up.
But Wendy Williams said, yeah, she's had a bunch of various mental issues, physical issues, but I don't know. When we were still doing our show a year and a half ago, she was still on then, so it hasn't been that long.
All right.
So she had Trump on in 2013, and it's all about the Celebrity Apprentice. And it's weird because I think in some ways we think that was like way before he ran for president. It wasn't. It was like 2 years before.
Yeah, that's surprising.
Yeah, it was not 2005, 2006. He was doing the show in 2013. So she's a big fan of the show, and she's just asking him about the process of running Celebrity Apprentice.
I like Omarosa. It is possible that happens. I must tell you, from my standpoint, I sort of love what we're doing. You know, so many of the celebrity, everybody wants to go. We must turn down 5 for everyone we take in terms of the celebrity, because it's been so good for the career. You know, the hardest one was first Celebrity Apprentice, because they didn't want to be fired.
Right.
And then with Joan and with the tremendous success of the people, Piers Morgan, you know, everybody that was on, not just the winners, because Trace came in second and he became the biggest country singer.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Omarosa's never won.
And Omarosa's never won. And look at Omarosa.
Exactly.
She's doing quite well. So, you know, it's something we would think about, but I love, just personally, I love going and seeing these people that I've seen all my life and saying, you're fired. Right?
That's an ego thing.
Yeah, that's more ego. I think that's more ego. But it could happen. A lot of people have asked for it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this is nothing...
The old familiar cadence.
Earth-shattering here, but you can tell, yeah, the cadence is there. He's wearing the same, like, boxy blue blazer with, like, the red tie, and he's doing the hand thing. This one's really funny to me because, okay, so with Usher, Blake, who sings the song Yeah?
With him?
Yeah.
Ludacris.
No.
I don't know.
Lil Jon.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He does the yeah part.
Why did you fire some of the most entertaining people early, like LaToya Jackson
Great question.
and Omarosa?
Great question. Great question.
LaToya Jackson
Great question.
and Omarosa.
It's a great question. The show does well because I'm honest. If I wanted to be an entertainer, and, you know, I have to... when they deserve to be fired, I have to fire them. I've had many cases where I didn't want to fire somebody from an entertainment standpoint,
Yes.
but if I don't do it, it's not going to be the right thing. I have to do the right thing.
I like
and
that.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
I'm just an honest man.
That is the basis of him.
You know, sometimes I fire people. I would have loved to have kept Dennis Rodman longer.
Yes.
But it was like impossible. If I would have done that, I would have taken tremendous heat. You know, one person that was...
From who? They would have been all over me about that.
Impossible. If I would have done that, I would have taken tremendous heat. You know, one person that was so popular, and I took a lot of heat for this one, firing Little John. People love Little John. They loved him, and so do I.
People love Little John.
Little John.
Little John.
You know, one person that was so popular, and I took a lot of heat for this one, firing Little John. People love Little John. They loved him, and so do I, by the way. I just saw him.
Yeah.
I just saw him.
I have
Where?
to do what's right, and entertainment has to be second. But a lot of times for entertainment, I wish I didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
But I think the credibility that I've built up for the show, that's what makes it successful ultimately. But
Yes.
it's hard.
And yeah. That's what it comes down to, is the credibility that you've built up as part of Celebrity Apprentice.
Right. I mean, first and foremost,
I didn't want to fire Little John.
it's not about entertainment. Yeah.
So now they go to the crowd. So apparently this is something Wendy does, like Ask Wendy.
Okay.
Except now it's Ask Wendy with Donald Trump.
Okay.
So he's just kind of working the crowd.
So how can we help?
How you doing,
How you
Wendy
doing?
and Mr. Trump?
How are you?
I'm
How are you?
Judy, and I'm married to a wonderful man, but he's a golfaholic.
Oh.
He's very...
Oh.
It's really weird hearing him
not talk politics.
Yeah, without any,
Yeah.
agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like he's just
being him,
a person, which
Yeah.
is funny.
It's very funny.
Yeah.
But he's a golfaholic.
Oh.
He's very, very good, but I'd like him to spend just a little bit less time on the course and more time with me.
Now, Donald, you're a golfer.
And I'm an expert on this subject.
Okay.
Let him play golf. Tell him I love you.
do.
Does he make a good living?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Let him play golf.
He does.
Tell him to enjoy himself. You love him. Don't take him off the golf course because otherwise he may have to fly the coop. I doubt it, but he may fly the coop. Let him play. Encourage him. Don't do that. I've seen too many wives when I've seen it.
Right.
They say, "Oh, you're playing golf. You're playing golf." Guess what? One day they go home. He's not there.
When they take...
What is happening?
I love his advice. Yeah, he's a pro, right? In the
come
end.
home and he's not there.
Yeah, you gotta let him play.
He's not there.
When you take
won't happen.
him out of a habit that he really loves, he might turn on you like a wild dog. But you know what I would suggest? Does he play like at a club where there's a clubhouse?
Yes. Oh,
Can you
yes.
get a cute golf outfit and maybe drive the golf?
I do golf.
All right. Well,
I do.
you might
Yay.
not golf on his level,
Oh,
so
no.
he might not want to play with her. But
You just let him play and tell him to enjoy himself,
There you
and he's
go.
going to love you even more. I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
okay, there you go. Thank you, Judy.
Thank you.
Okay, we've got our next person. Have a seat, Judy.
Thanks, Judy.
Judy's still laughing. Judy, take each of our advice and
Okay. This is amazing, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's just Trump like working the crowd.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so here's one more.
Okay, hi, Mr. Trump.
How are you?
I work really long hours, and my boyfriend is starting to think that I may be cheating on him.
Whoa.
How-
Are you kidding?
I am.
Whoa.
And my boyfriend is starting to think that I may be cheating on him.
Whoa.
How
Are
do-
you? Are you cheating?
I am not, Donald. How do I assure him that when I'm at work, I'm actually doing work and not someone else?
Now, Donald, I'm going to let you answer first. And your wife is a businesswoman, so I'm
Well,
sure she
that's
works
correct.
late sometimes as well.
But I think if he has that in the back of his mind, I mean, you love him that much?
Absolutely.
Can you live without him?
No, I cannot.
Because,
live
if
without
he
him.
has that now in the back of his mind,
gonna
that
only
could
get-
be trouble.
It's only going to
For
get
the
worse.
future, I'm saying.
How long
Okay.
have you been with him?
12 years.
And how old are you?
32.
And why boyfriend? He's not...
Yeah, exactly.
That's another show.
Oh,
Dude, he's just Ricky Lake.
Yeah.
He's just like, why has he not proposed? Yeah, I mean, there's more, but it's just... This is 3 years before he became president. He's just walking around in the crowd at Wendy Williams like, your boyfriend is probably sleeping around. Let him golf.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, he fits right in.
Missed his calling.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. He's got a lot of callings, it seems.
That's true.
You know what, though? I cut this off last week, and I don't know where it's from, and I hope it's going to fit here. But it's Trump. And I guess I haven't had a chance to work it in anywhere. And so I want to give you this piece of Trump audio. Because he's claiming he has an idea at a rally. But
I think I saw this, yeah.
I told Dana White of UFC, I said, here's what we're going to do. You know, these are tough cookies coming into our country, coming with prisons and mental institutions. I said to Dana White, UFC, he's got a big fight going on right now. He's a good friend of mine. You know what he said the other day? They said, who's the toughest person you've ever met? He said, definitely Donald Trump. He said, Donald Trump. How about that? But I said, Dana, I have an idea for you to make a lot of money. You're going to go and start a new migrant fight league. Migrants, only migrants. And then at the end of the year, the champion migrant is going to fight your champion. And I hate to tell you, Dana, I think the migrant might win. That's how tough they are.
that's what I'm used to now, just hearing him talk like that. But my point there is that Trump thinks he invented bum fights.
Yeah.
Right? That's kind of the basis of bum fights. Or
I don't know that.
We got all these migrants coming in. Let's use them for our entertainment.
I don't know that there was ever like amnesty on the line for the bums, but that is a nice bonus, I suppose.
Do you rule that out? Like, part of the future could be that's how you get in the country?
If
you were to win a tournament.
I'm not ruling anything out.
And we get to watch it?
At all.
All right. Let's.
You're the champion. God, it's so weird.
Here's Jake with the Dumb Zone News.
I think we're on to this.
Yes. Well, we did talk about it a little bit earlier, but we had 4 shark attacks in one day, dudes. All on one coast. They said it was one shark. The shark got away.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Got to get Quint.
There's a shark. What's you guys' relationship with the ocean? Because typically I'm pretty gung-ho.
I'm not beach guy at all.
At all.
I don't want to go.
Not even just to sit there.
No.
Yeah,
No.
I'm not stoked on it.
I'm very pale. I'll burn.
Yeah.
I don't want to get in the water. It's dirty.
It's a lot of effort.
Yeah.
Just getting the chairs ready and just the whole scene.
My stepdad is so badass about that.
Really?
And coming from ocean guy, what's the payoff?
The kids love it.
That's the thing. It was.
They really, really.
I've done
like
it with the kids.
Yeah.
All right.
And we'll get like a tarp, so you can like dig out a pretty serious situation and almost make like a pool on the beach, right? Like you just put the tarp down, water flows up into it, and you basically just have like a little pool, and they will build sand castles and the like.
Yeah, I guess adding kids to it makes a difference because I don't want to just lay there in the sun.
We have two tents.
I don't want to lay outside.
So you set up a tent?
2 of them. What? Is that the right word for it?
In college, I was definitely a layout guy.
You were?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
At the community pool?
I would lay out.
Get a tan?
Me and the buddies would go out to the local lake or something and lay out.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I like it. I have a hard time sitting down for more than like 15 minutes at a time. So I have to get up and kind of move around a little bit, but I enjoy it. But yes, the shark thing freaked me out this weekend.
You would usually have been in the water.
I did not imbibe that much on Thursday or Friday, but Saturday I had a few pops, and at that point I'm going to get in the water.
Is that the smart way to do it?
Yeah, I think so.
Seems dangerous.
Wait till you get drunk.
Yeah, I think so. But I mean, there are people out there that they will swim. I'm a very poor judge of distance, but way
like
way
a long
beyond.
way.
Yeah, way beyond like where you can stand.
What about the undertow?
Yeah, we'll pull you away. They're out there.
Is that a real bit?
Oh yeah.
I've always been afraid of the undertow.
You should be.
You ever hear that, Blake?
No.
Like apparently it's some kind of. Maybe I should let Jake do it. It's some kind of current or something that it'll actually just suck you out.
Yeah,
like
and
if
you really don't know until you're in it.
If you swim out too far, you can't swim back.
Yeah, I'm all right.
You won't eat outside even, right?
Yeah, why would I want to do that?
I like the surfing. That was fun.
Are we going to do it again?
You want to try surfing? It's tough getting in that wetsuit, bro.
Yeah, I'll film y'all.
God, you suck.
I might have outsurfed Jake. I'm not sure.
I think you did. I think you did.
Really?
My highs were a little bit higher than his highs, but his consistency was better.
I have surprising coordination.
Rodrigo. I wouldn't say it's surprising.
Really? If you look at me, you're like, you would not think
maybe.
that guy's coordinated.
Whenever I saw you just getting buckets at Ticket Basketball, I thought, you know what? Dan's got something.
So a man with over 100,000 followers on TikTok has been arrested for murder
athletic
in Flower Mound. And this is what happens now.
Now what? He got arrested for what?
Murder.
And he had 100,000 followers?
On the talk.
That seems like a lot.
Yeah, it definitely seems like a lot.
How many do we have a TikTok?
We're working on it.
You got a lot on your plate.
Yeah, I don't have a TikTok, and I don't really get it.
I don't either.
And I thought it was being shut down or something.
China? What's going on there?
China.
But it's funny, though. The headline just says, popular TikToker charged in North Texas shooting, woman hospitalized.
Oh, okay. Not murder.
Attempted.
What they call us popular podcast hosts?
This is kind of why I wanted to do this story. Like, what is the threshold for where when you do something that garners, like, negative attention, a crime.
We're still
when you do a
former
crime,
radio.
I think you're probably right. Yeah.
Like, if we had 80,000 followers on Twitter but never had a regular media job, it would be like popular Twitter people. But that's not where you made your mark.
What will it take?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Do you want to be known as popular podcaster? You want to somehow not be former this. You want to be current this. Hey, I'm this.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's tough.
Sounds like Blake might have to do a crime. Test these waters.
Yeah, but see, I'm not a former radio star or anything. What would my title be? Probably just Wily Man.
Wily Man, yeah, probably. They included, I do think it's cool that they included his handles here and hyperlinked them.
Oh, wow. So he's getting even more. Just in case everything turns out all right for him.
What's his name?
Maybe he did this for that.
On TikTok, it is...
Maybe she's complicit. She agreed to get shot.
DENOTATTED. So...
DENO?
Yeah, Dino Tatted. I don't really know, but...
Is he really tatted?
There are tattoos involved, yes.
Maybe a grill.
Perhaps.
Looked him up.
You're quite tatted yourself, Kara.
That's correct. Not on this level.
You got double sleeves? What do you got going over there?
I do. Never killed anyone, though.
What was your first tattoo?
Oh, it was stupid. I was 16.
And what is it?
It was a bumblebee on the back of my neck.
Just on the back of your neck, huh?
Yeah.
So nobody would really see it.
Well, I've gotten it covered up since then.
Unless we have like a moose.
Oh, you've over tatted it.
Yes.
How much have you spent on those tattoos over your whole life?
I don't know, man.
Approximately.
That's
Give me a ballpark. $20,000.
No.
No, maybe
10.
10 altogether.
Okay.
Ish.
What's the last tattoo you got?
I have one on my leg back here. He just got his first one just a couple weeks ago.
You've never had a tattoo?
I'm a bad influence.
I got my first one at 50, and I've had 2 in the last month now.
He's addicted.
It is.
It happens.
It's very addictive.
Wildly addicting.
I got, the first one I got is this one on the back of my leg that's a moth.
That's badass.
Yeah, that's pretty big for a first tattoo, yeah.
He went hard.
I got this one on my arm that's a gypsy star.
Okay, so you just do whatever your wife does, huh?
Yeah. She told me to go, and I said, okay.
Yes,
Whatever
ma'am.
you say.
Would you get her name on it on you somewhere? Is that in the plans?
No,
That's bad luck.
Is it?
I think so.
I thought about getting my kids' names on each one of my wrists, but I immediately thought about Dan and Blake making fun of me.
Oh, look at this guy. Loves his kids.
Didn't he make fun of your socks with your kids' faces?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, they would make fun of
He did. In 2023, Dallas and Fort Worth ranked 2nd and 4th in Texas, respectively, for
cheating.
Dog attacks on letter carriers.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Are there walking mailmen still?
Yeah, because what they do is, you never see that? They park, like, at one end of a neighborhood, and then they just...
Oh, what a beating.
Boy, not my guy.
He's just putting along.
Yeah, he'll drive and...
Yeah. Dallas ranks 7th nationally.
Oh, because I guess they just don't have the mailbox up the street.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
The people on foot probably have to go to the door.
Like, does your neighborhood have mailboxes on the street? Now that I'm thinking about your house, I don't think they do.
The Grapevine, no.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, so she's on AirPods the whole time.
This seems like it would be a cool job.
I think it would be.
I think
There's a guy who listens to us who's a mailman who tweets about it every now and then.
I think I would enjoy anything with a route.
Yeah.
It's 1,000,000 degrees, though.
Yeah, but you're outside every day.
That's what I mean. That's why it sucks.
But you'd be used to it.
Sun's good for you, though.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
You'd have a schedule.
Vitamin D.
Mm-hmm.
It's the giver of all life, Jake.
But the dog thing, though, man.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I don't think I'm adept at controlling a dog that's not mine. I see this with Kip and Bodie to an extent. But, like, when I go to a friend's house and they're like, oh, he's cool, I'm like, well, he doesn't seem cool.
Yeah. No, like, if somebody has a pit bull, I know it can sense the fear in me because
Yes.
I am very afraid of it. Even if they're like, oh, this is the friendliest guy, man.
Yeah.
Nah, he knows. He knows I'm different.
You're a pussy.
Yeah, he knows he can get me, and
yes,
he knows I'm shivering right now.
Yes.
And then I'm acting cool, like, oh, no, yeah.
No, it's
I
fine.
love dogs.
Yeah. I have one, too. It weighs 3 pounds.
Or a big German Shepherd or something.
Yeah. And then, our final story here. We got this hurricane situation. Nearly 1 million Texans without power.
So wait, is that why it rained? It's been raining?
Yeah, I felt bad over the weekend.
Yeah.
Because Friday evening, it was like in the 80s. Like, man, this feels great.
Yeah, all these people are losing their homes.
And then people in South Texas.
I didn't realize.
Yeah, without power.
Yeah, that's what
the
jammed
power.
me up.
Okay.
Yeah. So 1 million people without power in the Houston and surrounding areas.
Got Stephon Diggs, though.
Okay, bring it back to the Texans.
So, yeah, so your mom and stepdad are still, like, down there?
They left. They were going to stay, like I said, they were going to stay until Tuesday, tomorrow. And they left maybe an hour after we did. They were like, we got to get out of here. And I went to the gas station yesterday morning, Sunday morning, just to fill up because I don't like to do that with the kid in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Everything battened down. Windows are all like, the metal's up. Everything is hurricane prepped. The whole town.
Did the Aggies put they boarded up the windows on the inside? Remember that?
I do remember that, yeah. So I don't know, like...
Are they saying evacuate?
Yeah, there were signs everywhere that were like, get out now. And I went into the gas station, and you know how that is. Sunday morning gas station, you already, even in normal times, you've got old guy in there with his cup of coffee who wants to talk about the weather.
Was it packed?
There were probably 4 or 5 people in there, yeah. They were buying all the eggs, all the milk.
Yeah.
And, they're like, we gotta get on out of here.
And some people are like, I'm not leaving.
I'm not leaving. Yeah. There's your news.
All right.
That was awesome.
The Dumb Zone
What?
News.
Catching me off guard?
Yeah.
And subscribe.
Bum, 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 bum.
The Dumb Zone presents
I don't think it was awesome.
Today in History.
What day did I say it was? Do you guys remember?
July 8th.
Was it kind of cool having that long of a break? Did you not know what day it was every day?
There were a couple moments where it was like that, yeah. You?
Yeah, I thought it was great.
You know we can make our own schedule.
I miss you guys.
I know, but we've set a standard.
You're right.
For ourselves. And I was thinking about that, too. Like, there are podcasts that do, like, one a week. And they charge $5 a month.
Ridiculous.
We're kick-ass, aren't we?
Yeah.
You guys agree?
Yeah. We're over here turning people straight.
This was pre-Dumb Zone,
my
so
bad.
you can't take credit for that.
Maybe we'll turn you back.
Maybe.
You'll hate us so much. Today's Monday, July 8th. On this day in 1889, Jake Kilrain and John L. Sullivan fought the last bare-knuckle boxing championship fight ever.
Sully
won by knockout in how many rounds?
Don't play the millionaire thing.
Why would I ever play the millionaire thing? That's ridiculous.
Round 78.
52.
Okay, actually, why is the millionaire?
Anybody else?
I'm going to say 97.
63.
Blake is the winner. 75 rounds.
Wow.
70,
What a payoff.
75 rounds.
Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't have played that. In 1911, on this day, the worst game shows, if you're a kid and you want to do game shows, don't make the answer a number.
Right.
Because there's nothing fun about that. There's nothing funny.
Yeah.
If to just hear different numbers being guessed.
If you're a kid.
Little tip. On this day in 1911, cowgirl Two Gun Nan Aspinwall became the first woman to make a solo trip by horse across the United States. She arrived in New York 10 months after departing San Francisco. And then you recall the story the next year because then she turned around and went back. And that was called the first ever reverse cowgirl.
I like it. I like it.
Hell yeah.
Much funnier than a number.
Yeah.
Much funnier than a number indeed. So her name is Two Gun Nan Aspinwall?
It's too long.
Two Gun Nan was her nickname.
Oh, okay.
I imagine her name was Nan.
Okay.
And then they just... Why, what?
I don't know. It's just a funny name. It sounds extremely Vietnamese.
Let's look her up.
On
Nan
it.
Aspinwall.
I thought while at the rodeo that this is how bored we used to be of, hey, let's let this steer out and then wrestle
Try
it to
and
the
catch
ground.
it, yeah.
How fast can you do it?
Yeah.
Damn, I don't know, boys.
And then she's just like dedicating a year to her life to just riding a horse across the country.
Okay, it kind of depends on the photo, but some of these...
Not bad?
Not bad.
Really?
Not bad, Nan.
Yeah.
On this day in
Like I said,
1940...
it depends on the photo.
Oh, no.
That first one, she can get it.
Is she 1911 rode across the United States hot?
Yes.
Okay. On this day in 1947, a New Mexico newspaper quoted officials at Roswell Army Airfield saying they had recovered a flying saucer that crashed onto a ranch. Officials then actually said it was actually a weather balloon.
I bet
There
it
are
was.
many people who feel
Let's go.
that is not the case. We could go through Roswell on our drive to
Roswell
Roswell,
for the fifth time.
but it would
It's a diversion.
it would take us an extra 3 or 4 hours to get to California
Yeah, and
for the guys who are driving.
on the heels of the
We're having fun here.
on the heels of the TMZ tour, I'm not sure that I can stomach that one.
You're not about to make any calls?
It's fun, but it's like you see it for 10 minutes and you're like, okay.
Oh, you've been there?
Oh, many times.
Many?
Yeah, because it's on the way to like where we used to go skiing, Ruidosa. It's a tourist town. Every single restaurant, every single gas station, there's an alien outside. They're letting them through the border with shocking propensity, yeah.
On this day in 2010, this is the day that LeBron James announced he was leaving the Cavs to join the Heat. This is decision.
Jim Gray.
We're at like a guys' night out
Guys'
somewhere.
night out. Texas land and cow.
That really did change everything.
Agreed.
I mean, he is the reason for player empowerment, I would say.
Yeah.
And many bemoaned that and said it would be the ruining of the NBA. And whether you think that or not, it really did help bring the competitive balance that we see now across the league. I think I heard that this is only the second time ever that there have been 6 different champions in 6 years.
Wow.
And it used to be, you win a championship and you're probably going to win another,
at least like
1.
2 out of 4 or something.
Yeah. On this day in 2018, this is the day that divers rescued 4 of the 12 boys who have been trapped in the flooded cave in Thailand with their soccer coach for more than 2 weeks. Then the remaining 8 boys and the coach were rescued over the next couple days. Back to Elon, right?
Boy, who gets to go first?
Yeah, I was going to say, how do you decide?
The most feminine boy. Because women and children go first, right?
Or maybe they were just like the smallest. And the coach is like, I'll stay back here.
I'll go last.
Just let's see if it works. And this is a day in 2019 that Jeffrey Epstein was charged with sexually abusing dozens of underage girls. And
he's going to spend the rest of his life in prison.
Which would be 1 month or so.
Oh, no.
A medical examiner said his death was a suicide. So, what can you do?
That's just,
hey, I thought we had 24-hour watch on him. Oh, he just fell asleep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Turned away for a minute. It was
what about,
it was
is
a
there
low
no
profile
video?
No, you know what? Someone unplugged it.
You know how much we can... Oh.
Someone unplugged it, so it's tough.
Today's birthdays include... Groobs is 39.
Hell yeah.
Whoa.
Former Texas Ranger employee. Dallas Stars employee. Current, is he still with the Freak in Dallas?
I believe so.
Is he running the Ben and Skin show?
I believe so.
Wang Zhuzhu is 47.
Dan.
I have his jersey. It's the only Mavs jersey I have, actually.
What is Wang doing?
Former star Rich Peverly is 42.
Heart attack.
He died.
He came back.
He did come back.
Former Cowboy Matt McBriar is 45.
Punter?
Mm-hmm.
Jack Lambert is 72. Who's that, Blake?
Steelers linebacker.
Wow.
It's pretty good.
Would not have had that on the board.
Why do you know that?
Steel curtain. I don't know.
Joe Green is a big UNT guy.
That's true.
Have you met Joe Green?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he came on a couple away game trips.
Ugh.
I bet he did. Was he nice or was he actually mean?
No, really cool. Really nice.
Really cool, Joe Green.
Very. Yeah. Very surprised he talked to me. Yeah.
Doesn't really have the ring to it, though, Dan.
Actor Jeffrey Tambor is 80.
I may have done some light treason.
You heard him in today's Open?
I think he got rang up pretty hard on the Me Too stuff.
That wasn't Artie? That wasn't Rip Torn? From the Larry Sanders Show? It was Jeffrey Tambor?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jeffrey Tambor was on an FX or Hulu show, right? Does anybody want to help me with this?
Oh, yeah. I now remember.
And I think he had some... Look, times had changed.
He's
and
80.
He had not. Yeah.
Don't you have to have some kind of an age where you just kind of like...
Statute of limitations on...
Where you just kind of... Like, if your grandpa is really racist, you're like, eh.
Yeah.
That's grandpa.
Yeah. Probably. Are you, like, sort of pre-laying groundwork for yourself here?
No, I think I'm well under that. I don't think I'll make it. Wolfgang Puck is 75.
Food?
Celebrity chef. Kevin Bacon is 66.
Honestly, criminally underrated.
Just because he's known for the bit?
Yeah, I mean, I think people just think of him as a bit, but I think he's a really, really good actor.
Hot.
Hot?
You think Kevin Bacon's hot?
I think she's right. He's in Tremors.
He's great in Tremors.
Toby Keith is 63.
No, he's
Yeah,
not.
He's pretty dead.
Oh, is he really?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I like that one. Dan marks that one off the list.
Not hot.
He
No.
wasn't?
Did you ever hear his Chris Christopherson story?
Great.
You have?
Yes. It's amazing.
Let me see if I can pull it up. Do you think it's worth telling, Ty?
Yes. I think you're either a Chris Christopherson person or a Toby Keith person.
So they were playing like a birthday party together, Dan. And let's see. Toby Keith says to Christopherson, "I don't want any of that lefty shit out there tonight." Christopherson says, "What the fuck did you just say to me?" He says, "You heard me." Christopherson says, "Don't you turn your back to me, boy." Toby Keith turns around. "I don't want any problems, Chris. I just want you to tone it down." Chris Christopherson, who had been in the military, said, "You ever worn your country's uniform?" Toby Keith said, "What?" Chris Christopherson says, "Don't what me, boy. You heard the question. You just don't like the answer." He paused just long enough to get a full chest of air. I asked, "Have you ever served your country?" The answer is no, you have not. Have you ever killed another man? Have you ever taken another man's life and then cashed the check your country gave you for doing it? No, you have not, so shut the fuck up. So you have, like, actual guy who has been in war and killed people, but he's, like, left-leaning, and then, like, the boot-in-your-ass guy.
Yeah.
Who's, like, right-leaning, but...
That's a good trump card to play.
Yeah, like, yeah, I've killed somebody for this.
And it's probably because, like, he was drafted.
He
didn't have anything to do with it, but
yeah.
you get to play it for the rest of your life.
Yeah. And if you want to be boot-in-your-ass guy and you haven't, then you probably should be careful who you boss around.
You going to read the punchline?
Go ahead.
Christopherson then looked at, I'm guessing, the narrator of this article. He says, "You know what Waylon Jennings said about guys like him?" He said, "They're doing to country music what Pantyhose did to finger fucking."
That is the punchline. Yes. I did leave that part out.
Janice Pennington is 81. She was, speaking of a different time, she was one of Barker's beauties on The Price is Right. And she,
when did they do away with that?
She got in Playboy.
Oh, really?
I don't know. But certainly that's a victim of the Me Too era, right? They're sitting around with their ticket chicks and...
I don't remember it
Bud
even
Light
being...
girl. Do you still have Bud Light girls going out to bars when you go to bar? And just some hot walking around trying to give you a sample of something?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, yeah.
Now it's energy drinks.
Actor Maya Hawke is 26.
Hawke.
Ethan Hawke's daughter. You know her from Stranger Things, Season 3, of course.
Smoke Monster.
Beck is 54.
Again, very underrated.
And actor Billy Crudup is 56.
Why do I know that name?
You probably know him at first from Almost Famous. But
really?
You know him he's much more important, impactful, I think, from the Apple television program, The Morning Show.
Oh, my God.
With Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon. Was he actually just in love with Reese? That was a tough one, huh?
Yeah, of course. Great character.
He's fantastic. Born on this Day Now Dead, John David Crow. He won the Heisman. He was an Aggie. And he was a Browns coach at one point. Roone Arledge, who invented Monday Night Football, and...
How do you invent that?
Let's play on
Monday Night Football didn't exist before Roone Arledge said, "Hey, let's put a game on Monday night."
Let's play on Monday.
Okay. I guess.
Look it up. Alfred Swearingen. born on this day. He was known for running a notorious brothel called the Gem Theater in Deadwood, South Dakota.
I honestly never thought that his name was Alfred.
Yeah.
That's a really... I feel like I'm making Today the Day of Underrated. That's a great show.
It's a great show.
It looks kind of weird when you go back and watch it now. Like, the cinematography is a little bit lacking, but story-wise, it's great.
Died on this day. We have Pete Conrad. Died on this day in 1999. He was the third
Something
man
with the moon
to walk on the moon. Just feel like you should know it. There's only been like a dozen.
Okay.
And we should know their names.
Awesome.
Wait, what was the space thing we had earlier today?
Space Force.
Yeah, Space Force. Big theme today.
Mm-hmm.
Rosie Ruiz, who cheated and won the Boston Marathon in 1980. Ken Stabler.
Davey.
And died on this day in 2022, Tony Sirico.
Ravens.
He was Paulie Walnuts.
Thank you, Blake. And thank you, Ty.
On The Sopranos. The great Paulie Walnuts.
We should do a full rewatch.
I've been thinking about it.
I know. That's such a mountain to climb, new.
I know, but it gives you something to do. I'm almost completely caught up on The Bear.
They're an hour each. I thought about doing the rewatch and then listening to Christopher's
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I have that
they're doing it.
amount of juice in me, but...
Yeah.
And that
Plus, like, with the
today
WNBA
in
picking up right now.
history.
It's really funny, man. Just online discourse about the WNBA exists all the time now. And it's...
Are you happy to not have to pay attention to that anymore since you're not a lesbian?
Never really into it, to be honest.
Like, it's
Lesbian,
kind of amazing
not
just to
lesbian.
see
Yeah.
the votes in the All-Star game. I guess the leading vote getter last year got like 70,000 votes.
Yeah, and it's like...
And now Caitlin Clark has like 600,000.
Yeah, and people are fighting about her stats with Angel Reese, and...
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I guess.
And she was snubbed from Team USA.
It's a black versus white.
It's a culture war for sure.
Culture war. Angel Reese is kind of hot.
Caitlin Clark is not, but everyone keeps saying that she is.
Yeah, you're stretching it there, bro.
Big time. Big time.
Anyway, you guys ever hear of closing remarks? That's kind of what we're at now. We're in that zone.
Tell me more about these closing remarks.
Yeah, it's where
it's your time to shine.
Our esteemed guests. It's kind of the place that we've landed on. I don't know. Everything we've done has been a bit organic. Don't you think? Like, remember trying, let's do some news like real early in the show, and then we just kind of didn't feel that, and it feels better kind of here. And then kind of the same thing as early in the show, it would be a little heavier on the 690 sit-in guests, and, you know, Reddit perhaps played a part in this.
I hate it.
Huh?
Reddit hates us, right?
I don't know. Are you on Reddit?
No. Not really.
Okay. I thought you were now checking it every day.
I looked at it one time.
Oh, okay. All right.
One time.
But we have gifts.
Yeah. Do you want to go with some closing remarks, and I'll grab the gift? Get the gift. I'll get the.
What do we got, Kara? What do we got for closing remarks?
I just want to say that I like the length of those shorts. He's got the thighs out a little bit. What are those, 7s? Yeah. I like him.
In Kara's email, I forgot to mention this.
He's a good-looking man.
He's hot.
Oh, he's great. He would turn me ungay.
I was going to say, yeah.
I mean, I do like ladies.
Yeah, but.
Right? You understand what liking ladies is all about?
Me?
Don't you?
I thought you were looking at Blake.
No, I'm looking at you.
Yes, I do.
You're on my wavelength here. But then you look over here at this guy.
Does
and you're
the
like,
woman
whoa.
that you leave for a man, how do they take that?
Did you leave a woman for Ty?
I did.
Because I've always thought.
I mean, she can't compete, though.
That's the thing. Are you upset about that? Like, if my wife left for a woman, would I be like...
What can you do?
She didn't take it well.
No.
I mean...
Well, probably because...
The relationship was kind of a disaster before he came along.
Apparently hooking up with him while you're kind of still with her. That's how you don't take it well.
I mean, she's not going to listen to this.
That's okay. The psychology of it is interesting.
I'll cut out anything you want me to cut out.
You don't have to cut out shit.
All right.
Just as far as,
Ty's name.
I think I would be less upset.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd just be like, charge it to the game. I mean, that's
100%.
You would be less upset if your wife left you for a woman?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
For
Because
sure.
she was
Then if
more
she left you
upset.
for Blake.
That
would be
an
upsetting.
absolute worst case scenario.
It's a very big
Okay,
step
just
down.
some guy.
I
Guy at
think
work.
she was more
Yeah.
upset that I left her for a man.
Really?
Yeah.
Like you.
I
not
mean,
only are
that's
you
an
leaving me, you
understatement.
jumped off the team.
Yeah.
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 Had you been with a dude in the past?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was married to a man a long time ago, which is, I have a few interviews with Corby where he stepped in a bear trap because the man that I was married to passed away, and
Did you kill him?
Then you went to ladies?
I damn sure did. No, few years later, yeah.
What was your first hookup with a lady? How old were you? College?
Maybe 19?
Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
It's kind of unfair how, like, females are allowed to do that, but, like, if me and you just were like...
Yeah, and if we just talked about it now, like, oh, remember when we had that just hook up when we were 19? It was just
Then
like-
you're just gay.
Right.
Yeah.
But what if you and I just, like, vibe?
Yeah.
That is unfair.
But if it was you just messing around with your friend, we're like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
In fact, it's
Pretty awesome, actually.
way better than way better than anything. Like, it makes you a lot hotter. If
That's
your
true.
wife said, you know what? Yeah, I hooked up with a girl in college.
Yeah.
You'd rather hear that for sure.
I think so. It's just, you know what it is? It's yet again another way that the world works against the white man.
Right.
That's right.
The straight
so
white
disadvantaged.
man. Yeah.
Says here, Kara is a on her tagline on her email, whatever you call that, business execution consultant.
Oh, I sent it.
That feels like...
Huh?
Yeah, I sent it from the work email.
But about to be something different.
I was just thinking though,
we need
we
to
could
execute
use
some stuff.
consulting.
I can execute. I'm good at business. I'm a consultant.
That's just all three of the words.
Yeah.
I'm breaking it down for you.
Yeah, that does not seem like you explained anything at all.
Okay, fine. I'm an account manager is basically what it means.
Okay, well, it looks really impressive.
Thanks.
On your business card.
Thank you.
More than, like, what do we say?
Dumb Zone podcast.
Right.
Dudes.
What are we doing now?
Gifts.
All right.
Yeah, we were killing time waiting for Ty to get back over here.
Sorry, there's...
This is for Dan, a.k.a. Big Mac.
Was that you, Dan?
What?
It was.
Good grief.
It does say a.k.a. Big Mac on the thing. All right. Let's unwrap this guy. That's what she said.
I'm not doing that.
It appears to be a bobblehead
Of
Lee Corso.
What is he wearing?
Straight to the studio. Fantastic.
Yeah, that's nice. How do you get a Lee Corso bobblehead? All right,
we're not
you
at
don't have
liberty-
to answer. That's
Yeah.
like rhetorical. Just
Yeah.
hand that.
We do have... There's one for you that is delayed in the mail. It'll be
Okay.
in later. But
Fantastic.
I'll show you what it is.
Okay.
this is for Blake Jones. Blake Jones.
I guess you didn't know how much time.
This is what you're getting for
Since
the
you
studio.
hate introducing
Like, she booked this
yourself.
thing
Oh,
in May.
fantastic.
That's a great call. I have a hat that says I'm Blake Jones. So now I don't have to say it anymore.
There you go. If you're on camera, you just
Yeah, wear
point
the
to
hat. That's awesome.
He's in a club of Blake Joneses.
Yep.
Facebook group, even.
I should put this in the group.
You got to post that picture in the group.
Okay, good call.
Okay, you might already have this. If you do, I'm just going to keep it. But it's a Ticket Time Waster CD that I found in my old stuff. Do you still have this?
I don't know. I do have a lot of ticket stuff.
It's cool. It's in good shape.
Yeah.
What do I got on here?
And Jake is getting.
What
the
I
Mark
really
11
have is a
starting
lot
lineup.
of a lot of CD players laying around.
No,
though. Let me just fire that up. Maybe I can load it onto my iPod.
In the house we just moved into, we found a Blu-ray player, so
True.
it exists.
I'm really more of a laser disc guy.
I wanted to bring the 9/11 memorial to you, so I found the cheapest thing ever and brought you a pencil sharpener for Business Wednesdays.
Okay. So you'll never forget, and you'll sharpen your pencil.
Damn right.
Fantastic.
Did you guys have a midget sing this year?
Just move on.
Why, is there a midget on the CD?
Little person.
Mandigo midget?
Are we done?
He
That's
sings
the name of a thing?
Let's Get It On.
What is this?
I got you guys Prestige Worldwide shirts.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
That's
Fantastic.
awesome.
Excellent. That's what we're
Very
all about.
soft.
Yeah.
Lord knows.
Business.
You guys are the best.
There's one more in there.
What?
Isn't there the thing?
These guys have been arguing
Oh,
like
yeah, I got
cats
this.
and dogs.
This is for you.
Oh, thank you.
Some tartan turf.
I don't know what that is.
From the stadium.
Oh,
the
it's
old
actual
stadium.
turf from the old Texas Stadium.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
I thought that might be cool.
That's incredible.
It's real turf.
That is real turf.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Anything else you guys would like to say?
We love you guys.
Aw.
Glad you moved on and survived, and we're happy to support you.
Have we?
We love you guys.
You did move on.
We did move on, yeah. That much is true.
Yeah. All right, well, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Good
Thanks for
times.
having
What do you
us.
think of the den?
Love it.
Love it.
Is this how you pictured it? You
Yes.
enjoy the
Pretty
Wonder
much.
Woman poster?
It's all perfect.
How are you feeling about that?
What, the poster?
Yeah.
It's growing on me.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like it.
That's good.
I actually kind of like it now. So, once again, she was right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Thanks for the mimosa.
Adios, mofo.
Of course.
And then you got pretty good at looking at their profiles and finding out, oh, she's the fat one in the group.
Jeez.
You had to know.
Were you wary of, like, the close-up face picture? Like, oh, my gosh, if she's not showing
I had
any of her body?
I had a set of rules. Yeah.
Go on.
Oh man, I gotta harken back.
I think I've heard that.
Blake's dating tips.
Blake's dating tips.
I had a set of rules. Yeah. Cause I had a set of rules. Yeah. Cause hot girls will show up. Cause hot girls will show up. Cause I had a set of rules. Yeah. Cause you know what's under there. Cause hot girls will show up. Cause hot girls will. She's the fat one. Collarbones up. Collarbones up. You know what's under there. Collarbones up. Collarbones up. Collarbones up. Collarbones up. You know what's under there. Collarbones up. She's the fat one. She's the fat one. She's the fat one. She's the hot girls will show up. Cause 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 collarbones up. Collarbones up. Cause hot girls will show 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 up. I had a set of rules. She's the ugly one. I had a set of rules. She's the fat one. Girls are way worse.
Blake's dating tips.
Tiny dick.
That's a good bit.
Tiny dick. I had a set of rules. She's the ugly one. I had a set of rules. She's the fat one. Girls are way worse.
Blake's dating tips.
Collarbones up. Tiny dick. Cause hot girls will show up. Cause hot girls will show up. Cause hot girls will show up. Cause collarbones up. Collarbones up. Cause hot girls will show up. Cause hot girls will show up. Cause hot girls will show up. Cause oh, she's the fat one in the group.
Blake's dating tips.
That's a good bit.
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 Collarbones up. Tiny dick.